Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly drunk.
Mostly drunk. Always encouraged, but never mandatory. I am your host, Jedi Master Grayson, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing great, but not as good as y'all are doing. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. Y'all are out there doing good. It's good to see y'all. What up?
What up?
Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to Lil Frothy. Shout out to James. And shout out to the fifth Bantha.
Yeah, the chat is blowing up right now. Sorry we're a little tardy today. But really great to see you guys. We're having an amazing show for you tonight. We are talking Dune Prophecy. We're talking Invincible Fight Girl. We're talking Star Wars Skeleton Crew. And we're talking Silo. And as always, we're talking shit. But talking shit is always better with friends, right? We are joined by a very common guest. He is practically family, but y'all just hate him because he's light-skinned. Jeff, what's going on?
How's things? Excited to talk about some old stuff and some new stuff.
Yeah, old stuff and new stuff. New stuff, old stuff.
And new stuff. That's pretty much all we do here. We talk about shit that's new and shit that is old. And shit that is rebooted.
And we do it live. We do it live.
We're also joined by producer T. What is going on, bro? He might be a clone. He might be a variant. Who knows? Oh, shit. He's frozen.
He might be frozen.
He might be frozen.
There he is.
He might be a clone. He might be frozen in time. Who knows? But he's definitely in the future because he is.
He's really the king.
Today he's
really the king of the group.
He's tomorrow. He is in tomorrow while we are here in today.
That is true. What's up, T? Yes, still got the leg.
He froze again, or he's like the master of blinking contests.
Right?
Yeah. No, I think he's a master of blinking contests.
Staring contests.
The latter.
I'm so sorry. I'll quit the show. I'm sorry.
If you could just hand in your resignation on your way out, that'd be great.
Would he be a master of both?
He could. Yeah, two things could be true.
Didn't he win a blinking contest?
4K no los dos.
Terry was just dropping in to say, hey, he hadn't watched anything this week anyway. So
he might be back, but he might be back.
Appreciate you dropping in, T, even only just frozen in time. But
yeah, we love seeing T.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Let me go ahead and just do some quick house cleaning before we get into the topics of the night. Just want to suggest that you guys consider perusing through our merch store, where we have hats, hoodies, shirts, mugs, and all kinds of cool stuff with our stupid name on it. So go ahead and check that out in the merch tab in our YouTube channel. Oh, konnichiwa.
Someone's getting all fancy.
You're too classy for our show, James.
That's right. You went to a school for higher learning. I just got high while I was learning.
That's a bar.
Hey, C's get degrees.
C's get degrees. I was this close from valedictorian at cum laude.
Cum laude. Okay,
I was this close. Graduated with honors, but
I got a 0 2 semesters in a row.
Hey, I've also done that. I've also accomplished that. So
yeah, they say C's to get degrees, and yet I do not have a college degree.
I've done nothing with mine except spend lots of money.
That's a good
There would have been a better place for me to have spent money.
Right here at the Drunk Banthas channel. Ooh. And you can go to
bringing it back around.
Right there to the store. Go right there to the store. It's Christmas time. Don't leave your friends behind.
I'm glad that you said that because I was about to be like, weed? I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't spend your money on weed. Spend your money on us.
Also, want to remind you guys to tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time to the Bantha Bunch, hosted by your favorite cousin Bill. That's this guy over to my left.
Oh,
you're right.
Oh, me. Oh, hi.
Oh, yes, sir.
This is where you asked me.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about this week?
Well, we're going to be talking about that DC show that I can't remember. And also
Creature Commandos.
Yeah, Creature Commandos. And also we're gonna be talking I keep forgetting to play the voicemails.
Oh yeah.
So if you look at the bottom right here, if you call right there and just tell me whatever you want to hear, whatever you want to be heard, right there, 323-680-4101, and I will play it at the earliest convenience. So Thursday, I do have one from Dylan, just so that's a little surprise, a little sneak peek. So shout out to Dylan for calling in, and shout out for Othelius for calling in previously, and shout out to Rachel V for calling in at the beginning. So yes, we will be getting it in on Thursday. Yeah, man, Thursdays.
Yeah, man, definitely check out the Bantha Bunch this Thursday. I'm excited to see you guys talk about Creature Commandos, because that was a pretty fun couple of episodes. We would have been talking about it here on the podcast, but you know, we are already talking about a lot of shit.
Hold up, bro. You know, we gotta give motherfucking shout out to Hash Mills.
Thanks for doing this.
I'm gonna always bet on black.
Hey, you always bet on black.
Never a fucking dull moment. Never a dull moment over here at the Bantha Bunch show. I mean, at the Bantha Bunch show, but this is the Drunk Banthas podcast.
Hey, we're still in plug. You know, we're still plugging the Bantha Bunch.
Yeah, still in plug mode. So yeah, check us out every Thursday, 8:15 p.m. Pacific time.
An update from producer T. Nope, can't stream with this Wi-Fi. Should have got the other one. So yeah.
Oh, bummer. Wi-Fi.
We still love you, producer T. You and all your clones.
Yeah. Especially your clones.
Yeah, especially the clones. Actually, I like number 3 more than the rest. I'm weird like that. Just a couple more plugs to get out of the way. Also, want to let you guys know a few things that are coming out. I'm working on a review of The Penguin and a review for Nosferatu. So those are going to be some video essays that are coming out pretty soon. We also have a new episode of Does It Hold Up dropping Wednesday. I say new, but we recorded the episode like almost a year ago. We're going to be talking about the 2001 cult classic Josie and the Pussycats. And that's going to be kicking off our like little series of movies where we will be talking about that'll kick off our series where we're talking about cartoons from the 60s that have been turned into 90s TV show. 90s movies. So check that out. And
guys,
last but
they got long tails and ears for hats. Come on.
How can you not love that? That's a perfect combination. And last but not least,
those who know me know how it's going down for me on that. Yeah, y'all know what the deal is.
Yeah, I'm excited to rewatch that one as well. But last but not least, on December 23rd, we will not have a live showing of the podcast as we will be taking the night off due to the holiday stuff.
But I will be live in the chat.
That is true, because we still will have a show that night. We have a pre-recorded episode that will be dropping on that night, same bat time. It'll actually be a little bit more punctual because but yeah, we're gonna
have no ability for us to be late.
Obviously, because it's pre-recorded, we won't be talking about our usual topics, Silo, and Doom Prophecy.
Dune will be done by then, I think.
We're coming up on the finale. But we will be doing a battle of the fake bands where we'll be taking all of our favorite fake musicians, bands, and music groups and pitting them against each other to see which is the best fictional band of all time.
That sounds cool.
It's pretty cool. It was a pretty fun
conversation. I'm excited for any of you who are watching. Throw in ones we didn't think of.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I mentioned 2 on it, but I want to know which ones you guys can think of. Because, I probably forgot a lot of them.
I definitely forgot a lot of them when I was putting the list together.
Shout out to, you know what? I want to give this shout out real quick because Dylan just brought it up. Shout out to Dylan, first of all, for being a member for the past 3 months.
Congratulations,
going hard. And I wanted to shout out some of the other members. Let's see here. It's going to be short. Texam Bajorm Wrong. Shout out to you, big dog. He rejoined. Shout out to Gers and Purrs rejoined. Shout out to Dion Brown, Dylan Smith, Chris White joined, new members. John Farah, Lil Frothy rejoined. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who Talking Turd rejoined. Shout out to Talking Turd. He's keeping it going. Miss T, always love to see Miss T. So sorry, because a lot of those people I just named, Ollie Joy, all these people, they watch religiously, but they don't catch us at the right time. You know, everybody don't be on the same time as us. Shout out to Dylan. Appreciate the love, bro. Appreciate the love. And yeah, man. Hash Mills. I used Hash Mills song in one of the stories today.
Oh, really? Yeah, we really appreciate all the new and old members. Not old in age. We don't know how old you are.
We know y'all are old.
We're not ageist over here.
We are ageist.
We're too old to be ageist.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if we were. But yeah, guys, definitely check that out on December 23rd. We'll be talking about bands like Sex Bomb, Soggy Bottom Boys, Josie and the Pussycats, obviously, the Blues Brothers.
Will Slay.
Will Slay. The Dream Girls. Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with
it. It's a good list.
Yeah. When do we do that again?
That's going to be December 23rd.
No, when do we record it?
Oh, in the past.
Oh,
who remembers?
In a time before now.
I just don't want to miss it. I want to make sure I'm there.
You know those like cardboard cutouts of like Jordan and stuff that you can get the life-size ones? I'd really love for us to get one of Bill. And just like on days when Bill's not here, we have that next to Alex and we just break and no one says anything for a while. And in post, Bill just like records over.
That'd be great. I'm for that decision.
Especially when we're doing live shows and we're just stop talking. But then on the one you listen to later, you hear Bill talking for no reason.
Shout out to Scott.
What up, Scott?
Scotty too hottie.
Scotty,
that's what I say.
Too hottie.
You know what's funny? Every Scott I know, I've said that too.
I mean, none of them ever know.
Yeah, none of them know that there's another.
There is another.
That Fiona's a whore. No, she's not. She's just loving herself.
Yeah. I can't hate on nobody loving themselves.
Yeah, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah, touch yourself. For pleasure.
Yes, use your powers for good.
What's her name? Kirstyn Kruk, right?
Kirstyn Kruk?
Lana from Smallville. That's her name, right?
I never remember her name, but she looks like a Chris.
She's Fiona, and she is
right.
Still gorgeous. I saw her at a con like 2 years ago, and oh my god, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what's
really
funny?
Nice.
We probably saw her at Comic-Con. Wouldn't know it.
Wouldn't know it.
And that's not hate on anybody. Oh my god, I just realized there's like a whole thing of orange juice and tequila over there that I forgot. I'm upsetting right now. But
that's crazy. That bathroom break came real early in this live show.
Oh no, sir. This is a point of emphasis for us because we can do a really smooth segue into Jeff's comic book quarter.
That is true.
That way I get to get up and get my OJ without nobody knowing that.
Yeah, what are we talking about today, Jeff?
Ooh, buckle up. It's a fucking weird one. This is so after Bill again played the Doom song last week, it reminded me the creator of Invader Zim, Jonan Vasquez, maybe Jonan Vasquez, I don't know, it's Jonen. You tell me how it's pronounced. Wrote a comic book called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. And that's what we're talking about tonight. So the way these issues go is a couple of stories broken up and put together. And this is the start of the first story called Traumatize Your Neighbor. And it starts with this little boy just walking up into his mom's room and saying, "Mommy, I heard a noise." And his mom just responds with, "Mommy's ignoring you, honey. Go bother your father. He's in the study." So we start off with just some really great parents. And the little boy starts walking away and he's talking with his little stuffed teddy bear. And he's like, it's okay. We'll figure it out, Shmi. And he goes into his dad and he's like, Dad, I heard a noise and I'm scared. And his dad's like, someone just moved into a new house. He then goes, I'm busy working right now. That's all I seem to do now. I have to work to keep you alive, to feed you. I haven't smiled once since you were born. Go to sleep. So it's a really good story. So the little boy, who we come to find out later is named Squee, goes walking with his little stuffed teddy bear back to his room, and he's talking to his teddy bear, Shmi. He's like, Shmi, it's okay. It's going to be fine. And then he gets in his room, and the window is shattered, and you just hear Squee go, Mommy? Then he hears a smash behind him, and he realizes there's someone in his bathroom. So he and his teddy bear, Shmi, go to his bathroom. And right when he opens the door, he sees this crazy fucking guy just screaming, where's the fucking Bactine? And this is our first introduction to Johnny. So Johnny turns around and he starts talking with Squee. And he's actually being really kind. And he's like, hey, just wondering, like, do you know where's the Bactine? Some of this blood's not mine. And the boy points to it and he goes, oh, thanks. It's like, oh, damn, that one put up a struggle. She was scratching me like a cat on coke. It was crazy. And then he's like, man, people really, really start fighting when it's their impending death. And he looks at the little boy and he's like, oh, I see you understand. And then he just starts talking to him. He's like, who's this? And he hands him the teddy bear and he goes, Shmi? Oh, that's nice. What's that, Shmi? Okay, what were you saying? Well, fuck you, Mr. Bear. You speak lies. And then he pulls out his fucking knife while still screaming at the bear and starts stabbing it to death. After a little bit, he realizes he's like, oh, sorry. And he hands the stuffed animal back to the small child. So then they walk back towards into the bedroom. And Johnny's like, oh, by the way, I suggest you don't lock this window again. I don't want to break it anymore. It was fun talking to you. We'll talk a little more. And he goes, but we'll have plenty of time for that. After all, we're neighbors now. And then we see the last panel of this episode is Squee screaming, Mommy, Daddy. His mom screams out, I don't hear you, honey. And his dad just screams out, you ruined my life. And that is the first story of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. The next one involves this weird guy who's just going door to door in Johnny's town. And we see this guy and he's just asking a whole bunch of shit to this crazy, gross looking woman. And it turns out he's just asking the neighborhood questions. And he asks her hey, how do you feel about murder? And she's like, I think it's bad. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. And he walks next door to Johnny's house and he rings the doorbell. And Johnny just creaks it up saying, yeah, what is it? And the guy's like, oh, hey, I think there's something wrong with your doorbell. Listen to the sound it makes every time I ring it. And then we just get a panel of a random part of Johnny's house. Every time the doorbells ring, electrocutes a dude. 'Cause okay. So anyway, the guy goes back to Johnny. He's like, hey, I'm just going door to door and I'm looking to, ask some survey questions. And Johnny freaks out and he grabs the guy. Right when he's about to ask his first question, he pulls him inside and he starts screaming at him. And he's like, 2 nights ago, I was taking a walk and a dog started following me. The dog fucking knew. The dog knew. And oh my God, I know it was following me. And the guy's like, what is this? And Johnny's like, did the dog send you? And the guy's like, no, I'm just here to ask you some survey questions. And Johnny's just like, oh, well, okay. What do you want to know? So the guy starts asking questions and they're like, okay, so there's a lot of violence around town. What do you think can be done to protect people? And Johnny's like, well, some people, a lot of people just got to start paying more attention to their surroundings, looking out, seeing what they're doing, just keep a better eye on things. And the guy's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, well, what do you think about video games and movie and television violence, that sort of thing and its impact on people? And Johnny's like, come on, it's ridiculous. Anyone who thinks that those mean you should go out and do real violence is an idiot and they deserve to get hurt. And now this guy's like, you know what? These are actually some really good answers. I'm so sorry. I was, a little worried at first. Hey, I got another one for you. This one's a little weird. So they found a cheerleader drained of all her blood, which is leading some people to think that this killer drinks their blood. What do you think? And Johnny's like, I never drank their blood. And he's like, huh? And Johnny's like, the wall. I needed the blood to paint the wall, but it keeps drying. It never stays wet. And this guy's like, what's going on? So Johnny throws him out the fucking window. The guy lands on the sidewalk dead in front of Squee with a fun little note that just says, you just know this kid's going to have some, you just know this kid's going to need some, or going to have problems, excuse me. And then Johnny just says, ask another question. And that's the end of that story. The next one is, and now this one, by the way, I forgot how much is in this comic that I actually had to send 2 emails worth of screenshots. So the next one, this writer does this weird thing where he, in the middle of each of his issues, he writes a meanwhile, where it's just something completely random, nothing to do with the storyline, but it's a little fun. So this one on Meanwhile, we see some kids, we see a school with some cars and just, kids crossing the street. It's a little grade school. And we end up seeing just these kids who are the little crossing guards. And this one girl's like yelling out to the other boy. She's like, Miguel, keep your sign up. Stop being lazy. And Miguel looks at her and he's like, I'm not lazy, Leanne. This is how Mrs. Chan told us to hold it. So be quiet. And then she's yelling back and she's like, Mrs. Chen made me captain today, so you need to listen to me. I may have switched them up. So it's going to be, oh, no, I skipped one. I'm so sorry. This one's real quick. Johnny's eating at a taco shop. A weird lady walks by. I was like, you sure are a weird one, aren't you? And Johnny's like, what the fuck did you say? He starts going off. I hate that fucking word. I hate weird, or I'm sorry, wacky. And you called me wacky? And then this guy behind him was like, dude, calm down. You won't be called wacky if you didn't look wacky. And Johnny's like, what the fuck? Another person called me wacky? I hate that. I hate that shit. And he goes off on this long diatribe. And then just 2 people over in the corner, someone's like, what's going on? And the girl's like, that lady called that guy wacky. And then Johnny starts freaking out a little bit more. He's like, you want to see wacky? I'll show you wacky. So he murders everyone in the taco shop. And a little later, we see Johnny sitting at home, smiling, watching TV, listening to the news until the newscaster goes, it was wacky. So anyway, back to the crossing guards. So we got these 2 kids. They're doing the whole crossing thing. They're like, no, you got to listen. And they're yelling. They're arguing back and forth like kids do, when all of a sudden this weird light comes down and it strikes both of their signs and turns them into weird necrotic zombie looking things. And all the other children start freaking out. The 2 children then start using their signs to like throw energy powers at each other. Miguel blows off Leanne's arm. She laughs it off, tries to shoot Miguel, misses, murders a child. Miguel fires back, misses, murders another child. Then Leanne shoots Miguel in the head, which is really weird because instead of dying, just a weird alien head pops out. And he starts laughing, and Leanne starts yelling at him, and then Leanne shoots him, and she kills his alien head, which I guess then actually kills him, because the next thing we see is Miguel just lying there splattered, and Leanne crawling home, and her mom just being like, damn it, George, your daughter got in a fight again. And that's the end of that one. And then there's one more, which I did not send any screenshots because it predominantly features a pew-pew. And I don't know if we're allowed to show those on YouTube. So real quick, Johnny's looking out a window and thinks it's a beautiful night for me to unalive myself. So he breaks the glass in the corner and he pulls out the pew-pew and he's getting ready to do it. But then the rabbit that he found, killed, stuffed, and nailed to a wall starts talking to him and telling him, no, Johnny, don't kill yourself. Life's too precious. And then his evil cookie jar keeps going, no, you should kill yourself. It's totally worth it. It won't release the evil demon on the other side of the wall. And then they argue back and forth until finally the weird little creature, I don't know, tadpole that Johnny has in formaldehyde alerts everyone that the commercial they love where the entire family gets diarrhea is on. So then Johnny, Nail Bunny, and the evil cookie jars watch that laughing. And that's the end of issue 1. And that's Johnny the homicidal maniac. You guys are muted, by the way.
Oh, Johnny, you can hear the music, right?
I hear the music I had the entire time. That's why I was confused.
That's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters. Johnny, the homicidal maniac.
Wow. It sounds like the creator of Invader Zim unbridled by censors.
I love that someone read that comic book and was like, you know what this would be great for? A Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, some insane person. Every once in a while you hear stories like that, like the guys that gave the first cast of Saturday Night Live the reins for their
the insane clown posse was either Nickelodeon or Disney. They heard clown, they didn't listen to the music.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, now I can't. I think I only heard you through Alex's mic before.
Perfect. That's what I was trying to test.
Now you're back like a normal person.
I know you wanted to test it live.
Oh yeah, I was going to test it live.
I think we can do it so many other times.
Well, no, because then because he gets off when we finish, and then if he finishes, then I can't get
that. That's true.
That is all true. Yeah.
Eric Neely said in the chat, "Sorry, I'm late. I had to settle down after I saw how sexy the United Health killer was." Dylan Smith
you
said,
know what, sir? We will never forgive you.
Dylan Smith says, "Sorry, Eric. Was that a pejorative or polarity? Because yes,
we will not accept 3-syllable words in the comments." No, I'm joking.
Tell you what, that Dylan Smith quote, that's how you English. Well done.
That is how you English.
That is how you English.
Somebody grew up with a thesaurus.
Shout out to Buddha Cafe. I get drunk, so I don't know if I've seen you in a while, but
it's been a minute.
Hadn't seen you sober in a while, so it's good to see you.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sober. I've taken 3 shots, but unfortunately, I am sober. So what I'm about to do is take a 4th shot. So
you know how you get to Carnegie Hall, don't you? Practice.
Drinking. I mean, practice.
But yeah, that was definitely an entertaining segment of Jeff's comic book corner. It
is an insane amount of hot topic book right there. But
it's oozing with Hot Topic.
Parts of it do still make me laugh. So, all right, I'll give it.
I'm definitely
also, if you like the animation from Invader Zim, you'll like the art in this book. It's identical.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
I'm definitely feeling like I need to get those, go get my ears pierced again and get them old ball bearings.
Yeah,
2 little balls hanging down, a big 16 gauge.
Right.
I had them, man.
The first time I got my cartilage pierced, I didn't know what the gauges meant.
Ooh,
I bought one. It was pierced at like a 22, and I shoved an 18 gauge in that hole.
Ooh.
Yeah. Good news. Cartilage doesn't stretch.
It makes this weird noise, this crunch. It's like that's exactly how it sounds. And it goes,
yeah. James, to answer your question, description dictionary.
What's that? What's another word?
This guy knows words.
For
thesaurus.
Yeah.
A description dictionary?
A descriptionary.
A descriptionary.
Yeah, that's actually one word.
A thesaurus. Yeah, you know what? There should be an adjective book. Like there's a thesaurus, but there should be a book for just adjectives.
Yeah, just really good.
It just gives you all the adjectives. A thesaurus helps people way too much.
Yeah, like a dictionary for adjectives. Just adjectives. Yeah.
Well, yeah, man.
I had a creative writing teacher who was really great, and one of the things that he gave us that stuck with me is you should never use you should never have to use like very or really before your adjective. It's like, don't say he ran quick, or don't use like an ly to describe a verb. Like, don't say he ran quickly, say he fled. It's like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
those are
liked
words
the
to live
second
by.
you gave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very 90s.
yeah. Put a nice bow on it.
Also, you got to read Fifth Banthas' last point right there.
Oh, what does it
We
say?
can't see it because we're switched up.
So an Agthosaurus.
Agthosaurus.
Agitated disorder. Ooh, agitated. So, nope, I can't read. Dylan.
Yeah, I can't.
You're going to have to send the Hooked on Phonics for that one, buddy. Agitated Thetis.
It sounds like something you got, like if you got a thyroid, but it's agitated.
I think penicillin clears that one up.
Yeah, it will.
Clear right up.
But
let's go ahead and move into our first topic of the night. Yes,
I got your number for Dr. Fukuzato.
It's time to put on your wrestling boots, your wrestling gloves, and your wrestling tights. And
step into the ring with Invincible Fight Girl.
That's right,
man.
Hop into the ring with Invincible Fight Girl.
I got a theory. I'm gonna let you get through your breakdown. I got a theory.
I probably won't let you get through your breakdown.
Before I get to the
to be fair, I'm not gonna let you get through your breakdown.
To be fair.
Love that show.
Such a good show.
We're fans of shows.
Oh, I wish that was on while we were doing breakdowns.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, they just
I
finished
don't
that
think
last
we even
season.
knew
Right?
each other.
Yeah.
Did we?
Nah.
Son of a bitch. Well, we all can be rectified right now. Rectified.
So I was going to pretend that I saw this episode.
What?
But I was checking HBO Max for some reason, like
didn't come up
on
until
Saturday.
yesterday.
I was like, I guess they're not showing it. And then like on my way home from work today, I was like, fuck you.
Came up yesterday or Saturday?
According to IMDb, it came out on Saturday, the 7th.
Yeah, Saturday.
Son of a bitch. So yeah, I missed this episode, unfortunately. I have the description of the episode. We're still gonna go through it. But I'm the one who didn't watch an episode this week.
I think at this point, it is I think for the first time ever, it's important to now give the rating before your description to piss you off a little more.
Yeah.
The highest rated episode so far to 9.2.
Oh, no.
And I just want to go ahead and point out Eric Neely says, fuck yeah. Hey,
damn, I chose the wrong time.
Eric, tell your friends, man, because nobody has been really like on it with this show. I hear basically it's the fifth Bantha and Othelia's who talk about it with us. So I'm not saying nobody else watches it. I'm just saying they're the only people in the chat that participate and have words for the show.
Yeah.
Fifth Bantha says, Alex, I'm not mad. Just disappointed.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Alex, I'm not really mad, but I am livid.
It's my fault, kind of, because that's kind of my job is to pester him and bother him. What are you doing? Oh, well, other than her.
Yeah, that's also her.
It's also producer Penny's job. Shout out to producer Penny. But it is kind of my job to bother you and bug you and make sure you've done things. So that is my fault. I dropped the ball here. As a matter of fact, all I deserve is this right here.
Oh, we finally brought it on.
Well, since you're riddled with shame, Bill, I'll let you go first. Well, what were your initial thoughts?
Just be the way.
What are your initial thoughts on this episode?
Well,
oh my God.
My initial thoughts were final. First of all, I'm gonna give him. You know what? I'm gonna give my initial thoughts. Then I'm gonna give my theory.
Okay.
See, I said it at the beginning of this series. I said, it feels like we're gonna get like a Dragon Ball Z type wrestling show, but
yeah,
I'm hoping not to the point where nothing happens for like 4 episodes and then fucking niggas start blowing shit up and fighting and superpowers come out,
right?
Transformations and all that stuff, and crazy naming of moves that you do right before you do them. You just say every move that you're gonna do right before you do them. That's what I'm here for. That's the Dragon Ball Z type shit and so I was right though, because nothing happened for like 3 episodes. And then boom, we got the 4th episode where the action takes place, you know, boom. So I was really excited about that. Yeah, your goofy ass didn't even watch it. No, I'm joking. Sorry, there might be 2 more goofy ass.
I feel like one thing that does separate this, maybe Dragon Ball Z, even though I didn't watch this episode, I feel like last week's episode was the only episode that was just like, what are you doing, girl? Sorry, I got a dog on my hands. Last week's episode was the only one that I felt like very clearly and egregiously did not move the story along. So that was the only one I was just kind of like meh about. That felt like, you know, Goku trying to build the spirit bomb. But the rest of the the episodes I've thoroughly enjoyed, and it just makes me that much more sad that I missed this one. But Jeff, what were your initial thoughts on this episode?
I think I gotta get another dog. But oh my god. My thoughts on the highest rated best episode yet of Invincible Fight Girl I completely agree with the fans. This was a great fucking episode. Bill, I'm going to disagree with you slightly. It didn't remind me of Dragon Ball because it reminded me of, again, Mobile Fighter G Gundam. The Gundam. Gundam, they fight in a fucking ring Gundam series.
I have not seen that one.
I have seen it, never finished it, never got,
it's okay if you didn't.
I have not really been into linear television. No bullshit. Haven't been into linear television since 2010, 2008.
I mean, it's a DVD box set, so it definitely came out before 2010, 2008.
Right. No, but I'm just saying.
I remember watching that shit on original Toonami, so that's fair.
Right. Well, wait a minute. I only remember Gundam Wing on Toonami.
So that's the thing. They showed Gundam Wing and then like repeated it several times. And then after everyone's like, okay, we got it. Then they showed the original Gundam, which sucked when you go from Gundam Wing's animation backwards. Then they did Mobile Fighter G Gundam. And anyway, so it's literally just every nation has their own Gundam.
Yeah.
And the entire point is they get in a ring and they fucking beat the shit out of each other's robots. So it's real steel in the Gundam world. Let's put it this way.
Civilized Gundam world, actually.
Well, let's put it this way. The main guy's special move is called Burning Finger. So he literally screams out Burning Finger as he grabs people's faces every time. It sounds like a sex crime. So it's a weird finishing move. But that being said,
Burning Finger sounds like something you get when you stick your finger in a piece of some. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I knew a Native American porn star named Burning Finger.
And where can I find?
Hold on. Before you mess up your shit,
Alex is he still active? Is he still acting or?
No. First of all, it was a great joke, but I just had to do that before we got canceled. And I don't believe in canceling, but I did have to say it to just kind of, we're actually talking about 2 children's shows today, so I had to make sure we just.
Well, anyway, so it just had that feeling of an anime in the fighting ring again. This episode obviously clearly had that. It was awesome. When you watch this episode, last episode makes a lot more sense because last episode is clearly a setup. Don't get me wrong. We predicted everything that was going to happen in this episode, but at the same time, how about that? When we predicted everything that was going to happen, we still weren't let down. That's how good this fucking episode was.
Well, mostly because I forgot that I predicted things that was going to happen. We predicted a lot of stuff. And remember last week I predicted stuff and I forgot about that shit too? I love forgetting. Let me tell you something. I really don't usually forget. Alex knows, like, I have a really good memory, but like Problem is, I don't watch these shows again, and we do so many of them.
Yeah.
I never
We do a
rewatched the
lot.
show. Well, it's very rare for me to rewatch the show. I shouldn't say that. That I never do. So yeah, I always forget the theories that we come up with. That's why I haven't hit the button in a long time.
I'll tell you what, that's the other thing.
You know what button I'm talking about?
Bing.
Oh, yeah. Theory time. Yeah.
Well, we don't have theory time.
Oh, yeah.
because
Sorry. That's just like,
yeah, we don't have.
It's like, sorry.
That's more nostalgia time this time.
Yeah,
Nostalgia time.
we have. See, the heavy spoilers. Shout out to heavy spoilers. He has theory time. We have what the fuck gonna happen next time. What you
I don't
think?
know, Bill. You were pretty good with the multiversal box show. I already forgot the name.
Dark Matter.
You were pretty good with Dark Matter.
Yeah.
That the one you meant? Yeah. Okay. I mean,
I was close on that one.
You were really close.
there is no time delay when we synced up like this.
Okay.
Right? But yeah, no, this episode was great. This show keeps getting better.
Better.
I say it every fucking week. I'm amazed with how much I enjoy this show,
Yeah.
especially considering we're watching. We were doing the 2 shows on Dune, right? Or on Dune, excuse me, on Max right now. Dune and this, and this is the one that I end up loving. Didn't see that coming.
Right. I was thinking that today when I was watching Doom Prophecy. I was like, I like Invincible Fight Girl way more than I like Doom Prophecy, which is just to say, like, you know, it doesn't have to be like quote unquote prestige television to be like the better product. Like, it's just like it's perfect for what it's trying to do. Carlos Salinas said Dark Matter was really good. Are
Shout
they
out to
making
Carlos.
another season?
Expected to be yes. Dark Matter season 2 is expected to be filming in Chicago in February 2025.
Oh shit.
Wait a minute.
Okay, interesting. I didn't think that we would get a season 2. Like
And it's really hard. By the way, it's really hard to locate that information. Shout out to Jeff.
Oh yeah,
because there's a Dark Matter TV show that was on Sci-Fi.
I had to search Dark Matter season 2 2025.
There you go. So just wanted to say. I just
really
wanted
gets
to,
in the way
just
of
wanted to
searching.
give Jeff, make sure Jeff get his credit because he the one out here. He the one found it. You know what I'm saying? That's hard.
I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot easier when my company has Google's AI to use, and I just steal it and use it for anything that's not work related.
Hey,
well,
this
you know
is
what,
work
man?
related.
It's called work. You're working right now.
Yeah, Jeff is our.
Is that you?
Our, I think it was her. Yeah, Jeff's our resident investigative journalist. I do want to just like before we get into the nitty and the gritty, I'm gonna just play. Like, even though I didn't get the chance to watch this episode, I did just rip a roll.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Thank you. Our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
I don't know if
That
you can
was
hear me,
like the
Jeff,
battle
but,
between-
no, I don't know if you can hear me, Jeff, but I was saying you're right, Jeff. This motherfucker. I don't know if you could hear.
No, yeah, that was obviously.
I'm gonna go play tag with a semi truck.
Make sure it's a Walmart semi truck. That way you'll make as much money as Tracy Morgan.
Not looking to make the money.
He's like, I'm looking to die.
Oh, we lost Lil Frothy off that clip.
I'm so jealous of her.
Fifth Bantha says, "Need
Oh
nip."
my God.
Clip. Jesus, dog.
What is going on?
She is extra lovey today. I don't know what's going on with her. But yeah, that was obviously a clip of the fight between Birdie and Andy. You know, like the match that we were talking about.
Tell
before.
me you don't like the show. Tell me you don't like the show.
I love this show. I love the show when you guys hated this
No,
show.
I'm talking about this fucking dog.
Oh, the
man.
dog.
You don't like what we're doing?
Your producer is giving you notes.
First note, Petney.
We just went outside.
But yeah, in this episode, fighting resumes between the finger and toe as the trio learned that Birdie was the one who orchestrated the war between the two factions,
I think she's
revealing
gonna go
herself
outside.
to be the daughter of Rough and Tumble and wanted to end the fighting to get her parents back. So yeah, like we've mentioned,
I gotta take
exactly
the dog outside. I know you haven't seen this show, and I'm the only one who's seen it. But if shit's in my lap, it's
Yeah,
gonna
that
be
would
a
be
different
a different
fucking
show.
show. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
That's a show that's gonna. Your headphones are still on, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. I just imagine Bill like running off and all of a sudden just his legs whipping up.
that would be amazing.
Like, damn, that's a strong microphone cord.
Yeah, Jeff, we'll let you go first with your how did you feel about just, obviously we predicted a lot of this, but what do you think about Birdie's motivation of like getting this fight going?
I mean, it made sense last week to us, so of course it makes sense this week. And with how fucking egotistical her parents are, clearly, like, you hear the sort of thing, you're like, oh man, kid acting out, going too far. But with how egotistical her fucking parents are, yeah, an explosion was needed to get the fucking point across. And as we find out later, it still doesn't fucking work. I'll tell you what, by the end of this fucking episode, I was actively screaming curses at cartoon characters for being bad parents.
It seems like this is a big world where huge things happen all the time, like everything's super exaggerated. So on the outside looking in, it could be just like, well, you don't have to go to these extremes to get your parents back together. This is a very extreme parent trap situation that you're putting on. But yeah, like you mentioned, like even blowing up both of their houses doesn't even work. So you might need to resort to
all they can do is just keep focusing on their stupid bullshit fight, blaming each other, and we do find out their superpowers of not loving their child.
Yeah, that's what they've actually mastered the past few years, rather than the purpose.
Fucking have.
Fifth Bantha asks, Alex, do you still have that?
You motherfucker! Don't set him up.
Yes, thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
Thank you for bringing that up. I completely forgot about that.
You're causing so many fights in my future marriage just from that clip. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, we'll get through it because the love's there. But I mean, you're making it hard.
Are you still binge watching 30 Rock?
Yeah, that's my go to sleep show.
Have you gotten to that episode yet?
No. I mean, like season 3. It's hard when you're falling asleep watching a show and you're like, all right, it says that 17 were watched last night, but I'm pretty sure there was 1 3/4.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Actually, yes, like more likely you're gonna fall asleep on that episode than actually watch it. So
with my wife, no, I'm okay. Thank you. Everyone go watch Palm Springs. It's a great movie. Anyway,
it is a pretty good movie. I finally watched it.
I told you.
Yeah. I still don't. Yeah. We'll talk about it some other time. Upon refusing to help her with the plan and rough and tumble staunch. Wow, this is weird. Upon refusing to help her with the plan and rough and tumble staunch opposition to reconcile, Birdie goes berserk and terrifies her parents and their followers. Andy overcomes the berserker. God damn it. Andy overcomes the berserker and Birdie and defeats her in their match. However, her parents and their followers callously attack and drive her away from the ruined town before they're returning to the senseless fighting.
Stupid name.
And during the fight, there's actually a good amount of back and forth because first off, it looks like Bernie's using the perfect punch or hit or whatever it's called. We find out she's not. It's still close and still fucking Andy up, but it's not the perfect hit. But then Andy starts getting the lead, and then the second she starts getting the lead, she starts realizing like other things. Like then Bernie goes straight fucking KO Ken, and like all of her, like her sweater and other shit, like rips off as she muscles the fuck out. Then we find out that she's got like been accidentally doing so, like training her muscles by accident. Like in Kenichi, the Greatest Fighter. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched that. We just keep getting. It's insane. It's a great fight. It's animated well, and they actually pull in some real world martial arts where the entire point is like using your legs, pushing down into the ground actually makes your punches stronger too. So yeah, it's a fucking great fight, man.
Yeah, they've got their toes digging in their toes into the ground, give you super punch.
Well, Bill, what did you think of this fight? Tell me a little bit more about what I missed, so I can have some more FOMO. I don't think I have enough FOMO right now.
Which fight? Because I just got over here. Oh, the wrestling match.
The one between Bernie and Andy.
Well,
don't know who's that voice.
Those sound like that sounds like the voice that should go with those two names.
Barney and Andy.
Bernie and Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andy Griffith and
the Andy Griffith. Also starring.
I'd watch it. Sorry. We're about to develop a whole other TV show, but yeah, go ahead.
That's going to be one of those for the 70s sitcom songs.
Yeah. It's a good one.
That's a crazy one. What I think about this fight scene, I thought it was great. Like I said, it was the Dragon Ball Z episode, man. This girl is very much so Goku. She's kind of dumb, but she's also like wanting to help people.
Yeah,
but
got a good heart,
as well as she just wanted to get her shit done. She's really only trying to get her shit done. She doesn't have any kids, so she's not a terrible person yet. Like Goku is. But so far as like young Goku, she's kind of got it all, kind of got it all together.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean, she's got the makings of him.
Yeah.
And that brings me to my theory.
Oh, theory time. Oh, no shit.
See, I'm just gonna stop fucking calling my shit. My segment is not theory time.
I watch too much damn heavy spoilers.
What is my segment gonna be called?
I don't know.
It's gonna be called
unintentional spoilers.
Yeah, reckless speculation. No, it's gonna be called what the fuck is gonna happen next? What happened?
Rolls right off the tongue.
I can't hear it because you can hit the wrong button.
I can hear it.
I said I couldn't hear it because I hit the wrong button. But I believe that Invincible Girl is invincible.
Okay. Elaborate.
Well, see, Alex, I'm glad you said that. Because she fights all the time, fights all these people, never gets hurt.
Yeah.
Never gets hurt and seemingly gets more powerful as the fights go on.
Yeah, but very Saiyan.
She's able to withstand the opponent's most fearsome attacks without going down.
Yeah, that's true. She's living up.
So she does get hurt. I mean, she got hurt in this fight.
But
that being said, that's not the definition of invincible. That's the definition of invulnerable. Invincible just means you don't die. So Bill is still correct.
Yeah,
I think that she don't die because she hasn't yet.
What do you think would win a fight between Invincible and Invincible Fight Girl?
Well,
Invincible Fight Girl right now.
Yeah.
Well,
like
so far,
season 2 Invincible.
No, I don't know, man. Because so far, Invincible, he be in a fight, his face be all fucked up.
Yeah,
gotta go to the motherfucking hospital, rejuvenate. Now he does rejuvenate, right? He rejuvenate. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But Invincible Fight Girl, she ain't even had like a broke arm. Like it hurts when she gets hit, but that's what I mean. She's like incapable of being destroyed.
Yeah.
That's what I guess that's what I
Oh my God. Okay. What I need more than anything right now is her to be the next DLC character in a Mortal Kombat game. Oh. And just so we can watch her lose a fight and Scorpion like tear her fucking heart out. Especially if they don't make her realistic at all. She still looks all cartoony.
Oh yeah, she needs to still look cartoony, and I'm hoping by the end of this season, she has her own finishing move, not just the one strike,
the perfect hit. She's not going to get it by the end. I mean, this was episode what, 8? No, 6.
Yeah, this was
Eric said
six.
Eric said hopefully she'll fight Omni-Man.
I would love
Dylan
to see that.
said y'all having fun with my emoji.
Ooh, where was the emoji?
Where was the emoji?
Missed it in the chat.
As a matter of fact, they might not have let it come through.
Yeah, they're probably like, nah, dog. We know what you're talking about. So yeah, at the end of this episode, Andy momentarily loses hope in the meaning of becoming a wrestler before Mikey and Craig can help her realize that she has a true goal to attain. And I think that sort of speaks to what you were mentioning before, how like very Goku like she is, where she's kind of like, even though she's very heartfelt and she wants to help other people, she's still very much focused on her goal. Like this is all about her journey and like her trying to accomplish her goal. And despite that, like, I don't know, with lack of a better word, selfishness, her friends are helping her to attain that goal and reminding her is like, hey, this is the track that you need to go down. So like, what did you guys think of this, like this last little moment with the trio, like as a tag to go on to the next episode? Jeff, I'll let you go first.
Well, so it was interesting because we definitely do see some hesitation in Andy. She wants to go after Bernie, but I mean, fuck, Bernie threw herself like 8 counties away. So I mean, how are you even going to get that far that fast? I think the bigger thing for her wasn't really her disappointment coming out of the fight with Bernie, so much as these 2 wrestling icons from when she was younger. Rough and Tussle, I don't know.
Tumble, yeah.
Sure. And how they're just such awful people. And honestly, if we're thinking about it, with the exception of Pablona, although still kind of including Pablona, Andy just met wrestling dick after wrestling dick. The Faux Ginyu Force, Mikey's family, Rough and Tumble. I mean, and yeah, Pablona's not awful. She just kind of wants to be left alone, but she's still not treating Andy the way like a hero treats their fan. So I think it's more just like her eyes are starting to get open to the real world, which happens to a lot of us. You know, when you start getting closer and closer to your dream, you got to start recognizing the things that need to be given up for it.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes it hurts to meet your heroes or find out who your heroes really are.
Go outside,
once upon a time, I said Joss Whedon is my favorite writer of all time.
Yeah, but that was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
With the yeah. You gotta give me a dunk away,
Go
Billy.
outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.
You didn't even see the show. No, I'm joking.
I'll tell you what. I'll bet you Goggins is a hero you meet, and you're like, he was even better than I thought.
Oh yeah,
he seems like a genuine guy.
Definitely. I would drink bottles of whiskey with. No, you know what? I'm sure he drinks bourbon. I would drink.
Oh, with that accent, yeah.
Well, it's only
bottles of bourbon.
It's yeah, probably.
I think he has his own bourbon, which I would shout out, but he has not paid me. So
it's like only. Well, you know, actually, I was gonna go.
Don't do that. Whiskey. Don't do it. Don't say nothing about no other whiskey.
But what did you think of this ending? Like, you know, and do you have?
I thought the ending was trippy because we basically got like She-Hulk, Vegeta transformation into the monkey type shit. Okay. It was pretty fucking trippy. So I'm really going with like, yo, that ending was wild, but it had that Dragon Ball element, not Dragon Ball Z, it's a Dragon Ball element where, okay, the crazy shit happened, but we are a team of people who are on our journey trying to accomplish a goal. We got to get back to that goal. Right. That is what's really important. You know, fuck this bitch. We've been wasting too much time on this shit.
You know how much time?
And we're the 3 best friends that anyone could have.
We're the 3 best friends that anyone can have.
You know what? We ought to have that for us. We should have that as a drop for the 3 of us.
That should be our drop. Yeah.
So my buddy's bachelor party, it was a whole weekend. So the first night we went out, I was dressed as Alan in the white pants and the man purse and everything. And then I was waiting for everyone to pass the fuck out the first night, because when they all woke up the next morning, I was Alan from The Hangover too. I was wearing the outfit with the dog shirt and the hat, but I also shaved my fucking head that night.
Oh my God.
It was awesome. So totally worth it.
You could have told me, if you did that, you could have definitely told me all kind of shit happened the night before.
Oh my God.
I'd have been like, well, he must be right. Look at his head.
When they kept asking me, why did you shave your head? I just kept telling them random facts about Thailand.
Thailand. Have you ever been to Thailand? But guys, if you've seen Invincible Fight Girl, let us know what you thought. And if you're intrigued by our
You ever been to
conversation, what?
Miami.
No. What's that?
It's in Florida.
Oh, no.
Miami. Dude, it's like the biggest city, and it's like the biggest.
I thought you were saying Myanmar with a weird accent.
It's like the biggest city in Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Miami.
No, never been.
And Benito Miami?
Yeah, like Will Smith.
Party in the city while the heat is on.
Yeah, Miami.
All night on the beach till break of dawn.
That's the song, right?
Welcome to Miami.
Miami. Everybody knows about Miami, Alex.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. I've never heard of this place.
It's a good place.
I don't know.
Good
You
place.
should watch the Bad Boys movies. They're set in Miami.
Yeah, top 10 strip clubs in Miami.
But guys, yeah, let us know what you thought of Invincible Fight Girl. Any thoughts on Miami?
Spent way too much time on Invincible Fight Girl. Sorry, Penny took a huge shit, so it was.
I'm proud of her. Good on you, Penny.
It was so important that I did that because she was in my lap. That was man, that was gonna be so bad. So then dude was trying to talk to me outside and was like, "Hey man, how's it going? How's life?" I'm like, no,
no.
That's not the conversation we're gonna have right now.
Bill, good to see you. Tell me your life story.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, man. But anyway, y'all don't care about that. Actually, I know y'all do, but that's the problem. That's why that's why we don't ever be on time. Shit.
But what's the word I was thinking of? Oh yeah. Anyway,
there's no segue for this. You just go hard.
Let's go into a galaxy far, far away and talk about Star Wars.
I don't have anything for this.
You don't have anything for this?
No, man.
It's like,
no words, no drops, no songs, no nothing.
This one, man, I'm very, very excited to talk about.
I didn't watch this one.
I know you did.
Oh, okay. Bam.
Yeah, we're talking Star Wars Skeleton Crew, the new Disney Plus Star Wars show. There's obviously been some peaks and valleys when it comes to the Disney Plus shows of Marvel, Star Wars, or otherwise.
Yes,
but
it's been very disappointing around here at the Drunk Banthas NerdsatNite crew. We have been talking. Actually, that's how we started talking to each other. That's how we met each other over Star Wars content. We started talking about the Mandalorian all together.
Yep,
and
season 2.
It's kind of been downhill since then. and without further ado, I'd like to know, I'm very curious to know what you think about this one, SM33, which is that SME for Hook?
Yeah, it's 100% Hook's SME.
Okay. So I'm just gonna call you SME from now on, and hopefully you won't send me to the boo box.
Also voiced by Nick Frost of the Simon Pegg movies.
Love that guy.
I don't like that word.
Pegg?
I don't
No,
like that
Simon.
word. No.
This is the terrible name.
So I went into it with another, just like, all right, here we go again.
Here we go again.
How much juice can you squeeze out of this one? But I'd say this is like the most like trepidatiously. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Ooh.
And I'm sorry, creative writing teacher. I don't know a better way of saying that. It's so far it's good. It's not great. It's not awful. It's the first 2 episodes are clearly set up. Now, the thing is, it's reverse Treasure Island, which Treasure Planet is one of my favorite and, in my opinion, most underrated animated movies. I don't know if it's a Disney movie, but it's a great film. Everyone loves pirates, unless I guess you get killed by one, then you might not.
Yeah,
they also be doing raping.
So Star Wars pirates. Okay, cool. I'm in for it. I actually think having the cast be mostly kids might help it. Because now I'm not going in expecting some badass. I'm not going in expecting Smilo Ren murdering a whole, I don't know,
village
squad of Jedi.
Ooh.
I think Pride of Jedi. They're a little too egotistic.
I like
Is it a gaggle of Jedi?
A jaggle?
A murder
usually get killed.
Yeah, a murder or kill people. That's usually what happens.
Go Raven style and unkindness of Jedi.
An unkindness of Jedi. You know what?
People were getting just creative.
Since I hate ravens and crows, I will go with a kindness of Jedi. That is a group of Jedi is a kindness.
It's a kindness of
It
Jedi.
might be better to go owls, a parliament of Jedi.
Well, they sound we just know owls just got the funkin'. We know that.
But so since we got the kids, I'm not expecting. I don't need my hashtag kill Sabine in this. I know I'm not getting it, so I'm not expecting it. So I'm not going to be upset when I don't get it. So I think by going that route, they may have found a way to give us a more nerfed story without being upset about it, though.
Nerf. Narf. Where is that from? I don't know.
Nerf. I said nerfed.
Narf is from Pinky and the Brain.
Bam, there it is. Pinky. I'm obviously the Pinky.
I don't know who I am.
I'm curious.
You're the guy that put him in the cage.
I like exactly what you said right there, because I feel like if someone dies, if we have a big death, then it will add even more levity to the show, because we're not expecting any children to die in this, and maybe none of the children die, but somebody's gonna die. And actually,
Anakin shows up again. We're like, oh fuck, the kids are screwed.
Exactly. He's like, I'm gonna take you to my best friend. He's a babysitter of mine. He's babysat plenty of people. And you get there and it's Hayden Christian. Christian Haydenson.
Christian Haydenson. Yeah, you pronounced it wrong.
I usually pronounce it Christian Haydenson.
I've been very not
I don't know
paying attention to the advertising, marketing, or anything for this show. So I was I was going into this more blind than
I actually forgot it was released last week. That's how little I've been paying attention.
Yeah, I've been paying not any attention to it except for like
every once in a while. We all talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You guys did on the chat?
No. The three of us. We talked about it yesterday.
Didn't watch it till today.
But yeah, like I watching the show. It reminded me that John Watts has a superpower.
Shout out to Johnny
with his directing. He kind of has the same superpower that Steven Spielberg has.
You think he wanted people to let him know that he had superpowers?
I mean, oh yeah, maybe he wants to keep his identity secret. Sorry, I'm fucking J. Jonah Jameson out here. But no, he has the same. One of the many superpowers that Steven Spielberg has is being able to make kids be the forefront of a movie, but not be annoying. They're still like cute and endearing and
like
capable.
Steven Spielberg.
Yes, like Steven Spielberg. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
They Shrek'd it. They made a children's show that's entertaining to adults.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not Pinky. That's why you don't think of things like that. I'm Pinky.
But yeah, like, and I feel like he's just this is like one of the sort of a perfect project for him to be able to like stretch those muscles. Because yeah, these kids are really fun to watch. It's very Stranger Things-esque. Like you can say like they're just doing Stranger Things, but there's a reason they're
just doing the Goonies.
So good. And yeah, they're doing the Goonies.
You can go back even further, but I'm just saying you could go back even further than
Fuck
just
Goonies.
Right, exactly the Stranger Things.
Yeah,
to your point.
Yeah, it's been done quite a few times, but there are other people who try to emulate this. Yeah, there are other people who try to emulate this, and it just doesn't come off as well.
Right.
I mean, it's like they say, skeleton crew never says die.
That's right.
Yeah, they always say that.
Skeleton Crew. I thought the Skeleton Crew was a dance group, a hip hop dance group back in the day, but I was wrong. I'm very upset when I found out. So I watched it when it came out. Watched it the next day after we finished filming on Monday, and I was like very upset because I thought it was gonna be like the Hip Hop Trooper and like some other things like that. The very hip hop influence situation. Jude Law, very famous breakdancer.
Yeah,
you got to watch the director's cut.
Oh, okay. So I'll just wait for when this series ends and then the director's cut comes out.
It was a post-credit scene of Jude Law doing the worm.
Yeah,
of Jude Law.
Of Jude Law, yeah.
Because I saw the little behind the scenes thing. It's set to come out on Christmas. It's called Dance With Me. So I'm ready to watch the behind the scenes of that. Jude Law is an amazing hip hop dancer.
I just do want to play this clip real quick, just an example of like the It's just sort of example of how this show makes the kids endearing but not annoying.
What do you want?
We'll have 2 of whatever he's having.
Not too much, not too much. You're always...
I just like the head nod. I like that the head nod still.
Well, see, he is black. And what I do have to explain is that as black people, I know it might not be known to some people. To me, it's like everybody knows this, but some people might not know that when we black people see each other in public, we might not even know each other, but we always give each other the customary, polite head nod. You got to give them the head nod. And yes, there are people who don't give you the head nod. We're not a monolith.
They're called whites.
No, there's black people who don't get it, but they are called assholes. That's what they're called.
You are what you eat.
Exactly, because you should always give the head nod.
Yeah, sometimes you'll give the head nod, and somebody will just like smile or give you the half. And then you just think
that's not good enough.
100%.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, and you just think that person's got a lamp made of human skin.
So that was a good clip. The little, yo, what's good? How y'all doing? That was cool. I hate that little motherfucker.
Oh, the main character?
Yeah, no, you never let me finish telling you how I feel about the show. I hate these kids. I fucking hate children. And I hate these kids more than anything. These kids exhibit all the things that you hate about children. They don't listen. They lie. They late. They don't know shit, but they think they know every goddamn thing.
They're always a little sticky. Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. And then you got one that's stupid. Now, you got all those problems, but now you're stupid on top of that. You already had all this stuff working against you. So he, I hate him. He is the Dennis the Menace of this show. He is the black Dennis the Menace.
If you're going that route, then he's going to be absolutely fine. Dennis causes and gets in all the trouble, and just like Mr. Magoo walks out of it like nothing fucking touched him.
Right? Yeah,
absolutely.
And maybe that's why I related with this character more than their characters on the show.
Just like, just don't touch them.
Bro, a donut falls near you and you go down with like asthma or some shit. Come on. You walk out unscathed.
Constant telling him of do not touch things, and then the constant touching of the things that was told not to touch.
But I'm still here.
I'm so bad. I had
You're here because of me.
I put them all together. I had 5 fucking cookie tins worth of cookies, and you couldn't have a single one. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
There's so much sugar.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Rub it in. Yeah, exactly. Because you need to quit touching buttons.
But let's get into the nitty gritty of this episode.
Tomorrow I'm making marshmallows. It's nothing but sugar.
Yeah, that's just
what
that's
kind
just
of marshmallows?
Sugar.
I'm thinking peppermint. They're a gift. They're a gift for the lady that waxes my eyebrow, so I can have 2.
I thought
that's very kind of her.
I like having 2 eyebrows.
She waxes your eyebrow so that you have eyebrows.
I say it very specifically, exactly like that every time.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. Very clear as to what's going on.
Somewhere
let's get a little crowd participation. All right, your guys' opinion. I can make root beer, orange, lemon, raspberry, strawberry, peppermint, mint, or rose water. What flavor marshmallows should I make for the person that tears hair follicles out of my stupid fucking forehead so I can have 2 of these guys?
Hey guys, let us know in the comments. I'm gonna say rose water because she'll be just like, thanks. I don't know what that is.
Oh, ditto. I'm going with that one.
I got 2 rose waters.
Oh man, hold on. Dylan Smith said, why did the ADHD autism in me just head nod at the pod at the iPad? Excuse me. Yeah, because you gotta because you're not a rude ass motherfucker. That's why.
Nod.
Yeah, get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just this,
because you're a good person.
Exactly. Your mama raised you right.
Appreciate
you got manners.
Somewhere in outer space, Captain Silva leads a raid on a ship. When no currency can be found, his crew member Brutus incites a mutiny. This is a pretty cool opening for this show. It definitely showed that this is gonna be like, I don't know, this isn't gonna be the Acolyte, despite the fact that it's gonna be a children-led show. And we get this really interesting character in Captain Silvo.
What do you mean it's not gonna be the Acolyte though? I don't understand.
Just not bad. Like, well, I mean, like, it's just like,
God damn. So you're saying the first 15 seconds of the show, you were like, this is not gonna be bad.
Well, like,
you'll notice that they didn't fail to kill Sabine in the first 15 seconds of this show.
There you go.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of death, and I just like the idea of introducing pirates in this universe, like, or at least us being able to see their goings on.
We had them in the Clone Wars cartoon, but I think this might be the first. Is this the first live action pirates we've seen?
No, we saw them in Mandalorian's last.
Were they pirates or bounty hunters?
They were pirates.
Okay.
The one, because one of them is in this show, actually.
Okay.
He's the guy with the I don't know. I'll send it to you or some shit. Like, he's the guy with the weird face with the horns on the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, ran away in the last one, so he's still alive. He like ran away in the Mandalorian.
Still out there
The
checking.
guy that's like peach colored.
Yeah, that we see in the
guy.
second episode.
I think we also saw one of his type in the Clone Wars TV show, which is and those were also pirates. Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yes. All of that. You know what? We're motherfucking nerds over here. God damn it. Keeping it going in this bitch.
But definitely not the introduction of pirates in the Star Wars universe, but it was definitely cool seeing just this boarding party with these characters.
Shiver me timbers.
Sure. But yeah, captains, we do get this character of the pirate captain, and this guy is definitely it's Jude Law. Yeah.
Jude Law. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Whoa. The pirate captain at the beginning, the first episode?
Yeah, the one where they're like, fuck this guy, mutiny.
Hold on. That's Jude Law?
100%. That's also why he was in the jail cell.
I'm sorry if people will be feeling the same way. Like, I'm sorry when I do these dumb bits. If there's somebody out there who actually feels the same way, I'm really sorry for. I'm sorry for you.
Sometimes it be like that.
And I'm not saying there's not. But
the other day I was at the movies and there was this really, really corny joke in one of those like pre-trailer videos where they just like have the most annoying dorky jokes of all time. And I was like, God damn, who the fuck laughs at this shit? And then
I write for those.
I hear somebody in the way back go, so, yeah, there's a joke out there for everybody.
There is. There's a Ned Flanders metal band.
I almost saw them when they came to Austin. I'm still pissed I didn't get to go.
But I am interested to see like the trajectory of this character, how he ends up where we see him in the end of episode 2, because it obviously has something to do with this mutiny. This ship that they're on is clearly the ship that they discover in the dirt later on. So it'll be cool to see how all that stuff comes up later.
Also, something clever they did in that opening scene. So yeah, we saw the blaster stuff, but like, you don't want to make it too like the blasters or whatever. And you're like, yeah, people die, but since blasters don't like have blood or anything, it's one of those, that's how you're able to get away with it. I mean, the original Star Wars, like kids watched it and it was fine. So one clever thing they did in this was Captain Jude Law says like when the guy's like not doing what they want. So it's a pirate thing, like, oh, you're not gonna listen? Well, we're gonna murder you. But they did the way they did it in this was throw him on an airlock. So he's gonna die, but they're able to do it off screen in a way that is still works for a kid's show. So I thought that was really clever of them.
Yeah.
Very. I just very interested to see what's going on. There's a lot of theories that this planet is where they're getting ready to start the new republic or whatever. Not the new, what is it? The
New Republic's already going. The New Republic's already going at the beginning of the show.
The new one that's going to have
Adelon?
No, the Kylo Rens and all that. That's like on the internet. They're alleging that this planet is where the dark side is basically hiding and building itself back up.
So instead of where the Sith are getting their instead of the Sith power base, this is the power base for the Knights of Ren.
Kind of basically like this is the power base that is going to bring the new order. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
The First Order.
The First Order. Yeah. I hate those movies. So
just call them Nazis.
I haven't watched them in quite some time.
Just call them space Nazis.
Space Nazis, yeah. The space Nazis. Those guys are basically being like that whole order is being created here on this planet at Aden. That is the alleged thing on
that would make a lot of sense.
I don't know if I believe it.
They got the money, they got the isolationism, which then breeds fear of outsiders.
Yeah, you can't get in or out allegedly. I mean, these guys
like the kids didn't know what stars were.
They didn't know what stars were, which is very interesting. Which kind of do we want to segue into that?
I mean, they don't even have TMZ.
Well, yeah, we can really segue into
that's a bad joke.
It's just like a we give you some.
No, I did think when that happened that it reminded me a lot of the characters from Silo, where those characters just
Silo CC stage style great.
There's so much they don't know because they're in this isolated area. But yeah, let's talk about the main characters a little bit, the kids. Because we do get introduced to the
boy, the girl, the white hair, the Geordie girl, and the elephant. Got it.
That's it. We don't need to talk about it.
Didn't learn a single name.
Didn't learn one name, dude.
Really?
Geordie LaForge.
I remember Neil.
Geordie LaForge.
I know we got Smee and we got Jedi Law.
Neil and Farah.
Nope.
And
couldn't tell you who any of those are.
And Wim Whim, because I remember his dad was saying that shit like 30 times.
See, now I know who you're talking about because you said his dad. That's the only reason I know who you're talking about.
I think we see Elephant Boy's dad.
We do see him. Didn't know his name. Don't know nobody's name.
I just remember them saying Neil, which is the little elephant boy.
I know that people.
Neil. I was like,
no, he's the first one that walked on the moon. Come on, get it right.
Yeah, dummy. No, I like his haircut. I like the elephant boy haircut.
I don't remember.
He's got a Drew. Yeah, it's weird. He's got a Drew Carey haircut.
So he's got the Marine cut.
It's like, but he's got the old Drew Carey haircut where it kind of goes over a little bit.
Okay.
Didn't Drew Carey just have the Marine high? Dude,
He did,
you see pictures of Drew Carey as a Marine? What the fuck happened to that guy?
Good beer in Cleveland, Ohio.
Ohio happened to that
guy. Don't ever go to Cleveland, people, unless you go to the Baseball Hall of Fame
or the Rock and Roll. Oh no! Wait, no, I was thinking the Louisville Slugger Factory.
No, yeah, both. No, they're both. Yeah.
So on the fairly modern planet of Atten, Whim and his friend, that's the little black boy, and his friend Neil, that's the elephant boy, prepare to take aptitude exams to determine their future. Whim implies that he wishes he were a Jedi, despite Neil's retort that would be impossible. So it's interesting because these guys are this world is very shut off from like the rest of the universe. It seems like
first Star Wars suburb we've ever seen.
First what?
First Star Wars suburb we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Every other time it's like a sprawling city or like a desert village.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. This is the only stable place in the entire galaxy, it seems like it's because they are cut off from everywhere else. But
they got ROADs.
But they
very Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But they still know who Jedi are, which I thought was kind of
yeah.
Do you think that there's like some sort of interaction with the Jedi on this?
No, they don't. They
no.
They only got pictures and books. They don't even believe they exist, really.
Yeah, they're more like legends, you know. They're more just like they're superheroes. They're comic books.
Comic books, boom. This guy knows. He's been watching the show.
But that makes a lot of sense. Like if they were just seen as
if y'all can hear that. It's fucking.
If they were seen as superheroes, I wish they like if that were the case. I wish they like sort of put on importance a little bit more, just to show that that was like for sure not anything that was like physically possible. It's like that he's like it's like saying that I want to be a like a TikToker or something like that. It's like, yeah, that's not very
maybe I should have said it's more like all right, they didn't seem a superhero so much as like King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. They were something that existed, but that's never gonna but no one's ever gonna be that now.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that could definitely be the case. I'm curious of how sheltered they are from the rest of the universe. Meanwhile, Truant students Fern and KB spend most of their time riding a hover bike around town. And eventually we see Fern and Whim meet each other.
Sorry, her name's Fern, like the plant?
No, like Gully.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Man, we go from Obi-Wan Kenobi to Tulip. God, they just started stopping caring, huh?
Man.
Yeah, Will and Fern. Okay.
It's Whim.
Tomato.
Like on a whim.
Here's my cousin Qui-Gon Jinn, and there's Joe.
They did have a buddy named Ben.
This kid's name is Whim. He does shit on a whim. What will we have the next character be named? Impulse?
There's some stupid names in Star Wars for sure.
Stupidest names are in this series, but I am willing to remind myself this is a kid show.
Okay, brought me back. I'm back now.
and therefore I can't hold them to those certain standards.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Because it's not for me. So if I'm ever looking at it and going, man, fuck this show. Well, wait a minute. It wasn't made for you. So reevaluate. So, yeah.
I wonder if I can get my nieces and nephews into this when I go back home.
Absolutely. And Fight Girl.
Fight Girl might be a bit too. No, they can watch Fight Girl. Yeah. That'll be interesting.
The edgiest part is the Perv Squad. That's what you had to work.
It'll be real funny if I can get my 3-year-old niece into this shit.
Oh man, I think you can. I got faith in you. I got faith in you, brother.
She's pretty badass.
Never underestimate the power of flashing colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But like we get this interesting meeting between these two factions, the boys and the girls, on this sort of treasure hunt, and they end up stumbling upon this spaceship that takes them out into the parts unknown. What did you guys think about just the chemistry between these kids? We talked about it a little bit, just like the fact that this show is headlined by kids, but what do you think of the cast? Like, do you have a favorite amongst these core 4? Smee, I'll let you go first.
Out of the 4 kids, my favorite's probably the robot. The kids are all annoying, but the thing is, they're supposed to be like one's ADD is shit. One's a little fucking coward. One is trying to prove herself to everyone by being a Miss Tough Girl, and the other one's finally smart, but she's too shy to actually be of importance. They're all stereotypical kids, and it's exactly what Bill just said. This is a kid show. One of each of the characters is meant to, be attractive to different types of kids, and that's fine, and that's great. You're not supposed to like the kids. At least I don't really like the kids, but I'm also not supposed to. That being said, actually right there, what Fifth Bantha said, they work well together though.
Yes.
And even just their little, like, don't tell the girls, oh, the boys are stupid. Like, that's exactly what I would expect kids that age to act like.
They do. So, it's so weird.
While I don't like them, I don't think I, a single man in his late 30s, am supposed to.
Right.
If I related to one of them, we'd have bigger problems, guys.
and you, full disclosure for the people, you don't have any children.
No, God, no.
So therefore,
do you see how many random DVDs I buy for no fucking reason? You think I can raise a kid? Fuck you.
Actually, sorry, I'm gonna just let you know right now, that DVD collection alone will get you past the first 12 years with no problems. Like, that actually will help. That will be a benefit to you, because
I more meant that I buy those instead of things like
food,
necessities,
formula,
toilet paper, medicine. I have a fucking $90 Rocketeer poster because my brain got on a fix and I was drunk one night.
But see, there you go. It's balanced because you got the cheat codes behind you. So there's that's balance. See, that's balance. You'll be able to. You have to figure out the food thing, but you could just I mean,
it's like if I shit at work all week and nobody
they can forage,
but your kid will be happy because they will be entertained because
they're not allowed to play with any of my fucking toys.
Oh no, I'm just talking about the DVDs.
Well, good, because those are my fucking Legos.
But I'm gonna be the minority in this, and say, like I mentioned earlier, that like the main character, I feel I relate with that kid so much. That's definitely me as a kid. But I really like these well written kids stories where you can show how just like innocent and vibrant and like, I don't know, kind-hearted you can be at that age. And also I just really like characters with flaws, and children's main flaw is that they're children. They have really stupid ideas, and they have these really naive ways of thinking about the world, and that just makes for interesting storytelling because you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. And when they do something that is predictable, it's just like, man, I would have done the same thing if I was that age because I was stupid. So like I like really well written children characters like that.
Button inside of a fucking starship that you found under. You would not be doing none of the shit that this dumb fool ass motherfucking kid did.
But
it's Charles LaFoster Urquhart. Whooped yo motherfucking monkey ass.
But Aristotle's definition of a hero: they have to have a flaw and they have to get thrown into an unexpected situation.
That's right.
Yeah, it's very textbook.
That's why heroes are terrible people.
Yeah, it's very textbook. Yeah, like call to action, like all those things of the hero's journey. The first couple of first act or so. But yeah, then our little kids, our heroes get whisked away to this pirate space
Tortuga.
It's basically Tortuga. What did you guys think of like Tortuga / Nowhere? Guys definitely got some Nowhere vibes. What did you guys think of this spaceport and like the imminent danger like these kids were thrown into? Like I was really digging that mesh of worlds. These kids who are so sheltered and thrown into this world where everyone should be trying to kill them. Smee, I'll let you go.
I liked it. I thought it was really well done in the sense of well, first off, Pirate Town, fucking love it. Space Pirate Town, love it more. Again, like I said, I fucking love Treasure Planet. I think it's one of the best animated movies. So this was fun for me. I like pirates. If you've never watched the show Black Sails, it's fucking awesome. It's like Game of Thrones in pirate times, and it's a prequel to Treasure Island. Fucking great. I'm really excited for the Yakuza pirate game coming out in February. I'm not going to talk to any of you assholes that month. But so you give me a Pirate Town, I'm happy and I'm having fun. I also liked how they had the kids in the Pirate Town. First off, the kids are bumbling their way through, which I thought was very realistic in that I thought the way the kids were getting around town and dealing with people was incredibly realistic for that situation. When Vegetable or whatever her name is like, no one separate. And then the second she turns back, they're all gone. It's a trope, but it works. Or when the boys are sitting there and they're like, is this enough? Like, and the guy's trying to swindle them immediately. It's a trope, but it works. And the biggest part of the Pirate Town that was great was how they gave us that little bit of mystery. Yeah, it's solved, I think, 7 minutes after they bring it up. But we're sitting here wondering, like, why is everyone like, oh, yeah, at Atlan? And it's like, they give us a little bit of intrigue in there, which they immediately answer for us with the whole like, oh, the mythical planet that no one knows where it is and it's made of money. But it's also, but then again, going back, it's a kid's show. You don't need to stretch out the mystery that much. I think episode 2 was so much better than episode 1 and very well done. And I think a lot of that was because of the spaceport.
Yeah, I'm honestly wishing that they made this a 90-minute episode rather than just like two-parter. I don't feel like it's necessary to split it up into two.
We gotta quit saying that though, because we say that about every time that they do it.
I also would have been fine if they made episode 1 30 minutes and episode 2 48.
We basically should have a disclaimer at the beginning of every television show when we start it. We do not believe that these shows should be split up into 2 and should be made into 1. And I hereby deem this episode bullshit. Like
the starting music of every live show just says, "We can do this better. We can write it better."
Although
give us money.
Although none of us have ever written a movie before, we can make sure we will definitely do it better than they.
By the way, my phone died. Do you guys know the answer to James's question? Do you know when Andor season 2 is going to be out?
I don't know when it's going to be out, but I know that they've started filming.
I'm on it.
I believe it's probably 2026 if I were to guess.
I would assume so. And Andor is the type of show where I'm okay with them waiting to get a good show out.
Yeah.
You know?
let Tony cook. Like, I'm not trying.
Alex, you are a stupid bastard. It should be coming out April the 22nd, 2025.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Sorry, Alex,
but yeah, like the end of this episode, the women, the gang,
I'm sorry,
women, the gang, they get arrested by the pirates, and they end up meeting.
Throw them in the brig.
We meet Jude Law, the Jedi pirate.
We have a brig?
Jedi Law.
Oh, fuck.
Is that like LA Law, but Jedi Law? It's like a weird, that's a great television I It's a Jedi who's a lawyer.
I'm in for it. I gotta take a quick minute to say I fucking love Jude Law.
Oh yes. Yeah, no. You know what? Do you want a solo? I'll give you a solo.
When was the last time Jude Law was in something? I don't know, but I enjoy it.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel? Man, that was what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't care. Jude Law's in something, I enjoy it. What's that movie? Alfie? The one where it's basically a rom-com from the asshole guy's perspective.
Michael Caine. Yeah.
Did you watch the evil Pope or the good Pope?
The good Pope. I didn't watch that one.
The young Pope.
Was it on Apple Plus? Apple Plus?
It was on HBO Max, and you can still go watch it right now
because I love Jude Law.
Yeah, Judy.
Yeah,
he's a friend of the show. We call him Judy.
He's in one of my favorites.
He's got range too.
He really does.
He can really sing.
He's in one of my favorite,
like a high soprano.
He's one of my favorite Christmas movies, The Holiday. So I'm
right?
Definitely gonna be watching
terrible Christmas. No,
by the way, if you have Paramount Plus, check out Dear Santa. A dyslexic kid writes his wish list to Santa, accidentally sends it to Satan, who then pretends to be Santa to grant his Christmas wishes, and Santa/Satan is Jack Black.
Yo.
That sounds awesome.
That is a movie that sounds like it should be in the 90s. or the early 2000s.
Right? Yeah. That seems like something that Dave wrote like in his sleep.
Really liked it.
Yeah.
And because that movie found out, turns out I like Post Malone. Didn't know that.
Interesting.
Yeah, we don't like
this got to be an interesting discovery.
We don't like
found that out a week ago during a children's movie with Jack Black as the devil.
He is in the movie though. That with you know what? Fuck, I'm not talking about that. Fuck.
But guys, let us know what you thought of this episode, of these 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew. Were you intrigued?
Yeah.
Did you like how it started off?
We're going to be talking about it every week, baby.
Yes, please join us next week as we continue the conversation on this show.
Quick trivias to knock us out of here.
Yeah.
The droid school bus driver is the same type of droid that they used for their tour guide pilots at Disney parks.
Oh.
The holographic circus that Elephant Boy's brother is watching is the same one that Chewie's family's watching in the Star Wars Christmas special.
I thought that. When I saw that, I was like, wait a
second. It's December.
Right?
Yeah, it is the season.
The ship the kids take, the booting up sound, includes the sound a TIE fighter makes. SM-33, as in addition to being clearly meant for Smee, uses a Bristol accent, which is where a fuck ton of pirates came from.
Oh man!
And lastly, the pirate that's getting the tattoo. What's that?
Shout out to Bristol, Connecticut, ESPN's location.
And lastly, the pirate that's getting interrupted getting a tattoo. The tattoo is the insignia of the Hutt cartel.
Oh. You know what's funny?
I love that.
I know for a fact that we did not do that on purpose, but I know for a fact that he kept going because at a certain point, we both realized we were doing it.
Yes. When you're jamming with somebody, you both hit the right note. And okay. Let's see what we're doing now.
When you get that surprise harmonize,
Surprise, harmonize.
All right.
Sopromonize.
James got.
Yeah, I'm a fucking poet. What?
It's called Jeff James because I'm reading James's name. Jeff's got.
Because it's my middle name.
Okay.
True, they are scallywags.
James Morgan says, "True, they are scallywags." Let's see. I dropped out with the commercial. Might be my system. Oh, there was probably a commercial. Sorry.
Yeah, sometimes
we're famous now, and ads come in. Oh,
dear.
Sorry. They commercial us on lives? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
That surprised me a couple times too. But yeah,
they do.
Oh man, I really hope it's like squatty potties and tushies. I just want random weird shit to be our commercials.
I want all the weirdest shit.
You know what? That would be a good
whatever the number one suppository in America is. I'm cool with that being our commercial.
It would be a great giveaway to like give people prizes based off the best commercial that they saw, and they put it in the comments. Tell me what commercial you saw while you were watching, and we will decide which one is the best.
You have to copy and paste the link from the ad and put it in so you know which one you're talking about.
I just want to see because I think that'd be fucking.
We gotta get sponsored by Tushy and get them to send us free ones because man, those things are awesome.
I've heard nothing but good things about that shit.
It changes your day. It is.
Can we get?
I can't wait till my next poop.
Me.
That'd be cool. Hey, I'll take all sponsors.
I'll take all free bidets. Or
you know what?
I don't know. Why I said that at all.
I'll make the sacrifice. I'm cool with us getting sponsored by Disney. Come on.
Yes, please, Disney. Mouse, give me some of that sweet cash. You got enough.
Alex is
but let's.
Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what's in the chat? What's going on?
Strangely, it was an erectile dysfunction that popped up.
Oh, it must be that one. It must be the one that dissolves.
Blue Chew or whatever.
It's Blue Chew. Actually, it'll mess you up. This is Rolo. It like.
Well, apparently, according to James, is thanks to some Chinese herbs. That sounds like a wild one.
We call that a honey pack.
That's that's none of the ones I use.
It sounds like a large animal had to die to make this.
I'm gonna say yak.
yeah, a yak. There's a yak's dick that was chopped up, and you then ate it in pill form.
Yeesh. But let's move on to our next topic of the night. We're going to be talking about Dune.
I'm sad. I thought we were going to talk about.
You know what? I decided we were going to. I give Jeff a break tonight and talk about Silo last, because I know that he did not watch it.
How great would it be if this was the 1 week I did?
I would be excited. You know what? I'd be excited for you because I know you would love Silo. Because
I'm sure I would.
And
I'm also sure I have way too many fucking subscriptions, and I still got to get a Netflix one.
Yes, I am working. I already got a Netflix for all of us. I just like
does it work?
Exactly
outside of the household, because that's the whole issue I got right now. I've got plenty. None of them live with me.
Same. So I'm working to make sure that is the case. Exactly.
By the way, if we should all just use each other's. I've got Max, Crunchyroll, Peacock.
Yeah, we can figure that out later.
This is why we don't have meetings. This is why we should have meetings.
I even took an Adderall closer to today's episode. This is me better.
That on a t-shirt. This is me better.
I took an Adderall, and then on the back it says, "This is me better."
Oh, I really love that.
That's pretty great.
Tell you what, that becomes my newest first date shirt.
I just imagine it to whoever it is across from you.
But yeah, we're talking Dune Prophecy, the latest episode of
Excuse
this
me, my
adaptation
pardon.
of the Denis Villeneuve Dweequel. the
No,
two-part.
dude. See, I
two-part
don't
movie.
like what you did there.
Dukequel?
I don't like that. Dukequel. We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, I was planning on doing that anyway. But yeah, what did you guys think? What were your initial thoughts on this episode? Smee, I'll let you go first.
Finally, a good episode, but it got good the first 4 minutes and the last 8 minutes. This was easily the best episode of the series so far, which is a problem when it's the second to last episode, right?
It is the third to the last.
This is the
Third
third
last. Okay.
There's 6 episodes.
I know there's 6. I just honestly, that's how like mundane this is I don't remember how many we've watched. so
What?
far.
Yeah, no, I've been on the same. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, like I said, this is the best one. The open, fucking awesome. The end, great. We get a cool part in the middle with Saltwater Taffy or whatever her name is. Like re-hypnotizing all the girls. But then again,
I still don't know what you're talking about when you said saltwater taffy, but it is fucking hilarious.
the sister whose name starts with a T.
Tula, yeah.
That one.
Oh god, that is amazing.
But still, 5 episodes. Sorry, 4 episodes. This is episode 4.
4.
Yeah.
4 episodes of a 6-episode long series. And again, the main character Vaseline is the worst fucking part.
Yeah, she's still not very interesting. I feel like she did a little bit more
Vaseline.
as far as like emoting and stuff, and like you
Emoting.
you really getting an idea of how like terrible of a character she is. Like I like how bad.
You talking about vulva?
Yeah, we're talking about vulva.
Okay. Mother Superior is
Mother Superior.
It's an easier way.
Yeah. Well, there's more syllables. But yeah, I do like how they just like really double down on how terrible of a character she is, because I like that peeling away that layer. It's like, let's stop pretending that she's anything but just a fucked up individual who's sort of drunk on power in the same way that she's criticizing others like the emperor.
Man, it's like you get paid to talk.
Huh?
It's like you get paid to talk, peeling the layers.
Yeah.
And
I'll be using words and shit.
He's just quoting Shrek. Don't give him too much credit.
Yeah, everything I say, I pretty much.
He's just quoting
because you're smelly. Because you make people cry.
He's just quoting Michael Myers rewrites. Like, it's fine. They rewrote that whole movie. Like they recorded the whole movie.
He's rereading the Shrek script before they decided the accent.
yeah, because he did that in the accent. So
it was like $1 million to re-record it too.
Yeah, dude.
That's an interesting
Although
story.
I have heard that Mike Myers paid for the re-recording under the condition that if it was successful, he would get paid back on top of what he was getting paid, because he knew just how much better the Scottish accent was for
that. Is a fact. That is a fact.
That sounds pretty much on par for the fucking crazy ass stupid deals that they make in Hollywood. Like, well,
shout out to Canada though.
Yeah, shout outs to Canada.
Mike's from Canada.
Yeah, he's Canuck.
Okay.
But
that's the only reason I give a shout out to him. He's from Canada.
They get no other love.
Bullshit. You had poutine? Back to the show.
You know what?
Actually, I had poutine. You know what?
On poutine
Saturday.
is fucking
amazing.
First of all, you's a bastard. You brought no poutine here.
I did not. I ate it all.
Fucker.
This asshole.
Never mind.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Me and my date. You might be.
No, last time I was in Wisconsin, I brought back cheese curds and made my own fries and gravy so I could have some poutine.
See, that is amazing. That is. And also, if you got people who you smack cheeks with watching, you should say something so I don't say something crazy.
I mean, the show's gonna be the show. Like, I'm not gonna.
All right, well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, then, cheeks. No,
I'm
sorry.
gonna have to make some more poutine.
I didn't say anything. All I did was just say, Jinx, it is hilarious. Calm down.
All right. I do have an important question.
Oh, go ahead.
James, what's Irish moonshine? Please put that in the chat because I won't drink it.
Yeah, but let us know. Continue, Alex.
Yeah, in this episode, let's just talk about the beginning. Jen discovers other sisters' nightmares preventing Emmeline's suicide.
Emmeline.
I thought that this was like you mentioned earlier, Smee. This is a really strong opening for this episode. Like the imagery was really, really cool, and just also just the unsettling nature of it all. And just one of the better parts of this world, how they just how science and magic sort of overlap, just like the supernatural and what's sort of easily explained. Well, what did you think of just like you want to extemporize on the opening here?
So right now, that was good shit. Man, I told you talking for a living.
You don't have to compliment me every time I say it.
I didn't.
James says poutine from Michiel Distillery. I don't know if that's supposed to be pronounced poutine, but I'm guessing it is. And well, guess I gotta get money so I can go to Ireland and try whatever the fuck that is.
And shout out to everybody out there on the European side of the world.
Thank you guys.
Up right now, and I like to call ourselves the best show in late night, but we're clearly the best show in the morning. We're a morning show.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, to all of you guys across the pond, we really appreciate that you're going to sponsor us for when we decide to move there. So anyway, back to this. So like you said, it opens up with the nightmares, but then they do a great job of it too, because we're seeing the nightmares. We're seeing who's the girl standing at the edge of the well. We see the nightmare through her eyes. While also we see the ginger seeing everyone have the nightmares and trying to rush up to stop it.
Right. Yeah.
They did a good job of showing, the Benny and the Jets, like they got that premonition style stuff going on while still like pulling it back into reality, showing how like tricky it can be, because we get Ginger Girl who's having the premonition, but it's like what she's premonizing is like 14 seconds ahead. So she's got to figure it out, and 2, act on it quick. It was brilliant. And then to end it with Trance Well Bitch, whose name I don't know, staring down in the well and seeing a sandworm coming at her was fucking great. It gave you a little bit, like it got you like, oh shit. And that's what this show should have been doing the entire time.
Yeah, I really liked how all those nightmare imagery was sort of bleeding over to what I was saying a couple of weeks ago, I think. What the most interesting part of this story is whatever's going on with Demented Duncan, Idaho. It's like what's going on with him and like the sandworm and what happened on Arrakis.
I don't appreciate that.
You don't appreciate it?
Sorry, it's pronounced Demunkin, Idaho.
That is, first of all, that is also correct. But I just feel like it's disrespectful. Now, knowing what we know now, I feel like it's disrespectful for us to continue referring to him with any Idaho.
So Dwight Wyoming
name or what do they call it? Surname.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use my white words, and I am going to use more white words, people.
White words. That's a good name for it.
I am, because I've been watching. It's a good name for what?
For a
manifesto.
It is white words. Also, it has been used in probably like 4 manifestos. Who knows?
This is White Words by Tucker Carlson.
That is fucking hilarious. And you know what?
I hope he gets hit by a truck.
I've contributed enough to the hilarity. I was about to actually finish my statement, which wasn't a joke. But you know what? The joke is better.
Defending the Idaho clan.
I just don't think that we should.
You know what? You're right.
Do that anymore because this guy is crazy, man. And also, I thought this motherfucking episode was Liddy to Titty. Let's just count the ways. We have a bunch of we have nothing but hypocrites, Zionists, and fucking just straight up corrupt motherfuckers. And also we have revolutionaries who are also divided within that same revolution. And then we got AI. Like,
yeah.
Now, this is what I want to say. Knowing what I know.
Did you mean to zoom in, or was that by accident?
But you know what? It be happening when I get when it's like a moment that it should happen. Or you gotta like do this, and then no, I don't want to fucking keep it. I thought get out of here. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so happy.
Okay, whatever.
I'm in a weird slap happy place. It's awesome.
When I'm trying to make a statement, that was the whole purpose. I was trying to make a statement. Anyway.
So last note was AI right after the revolutionary do factions.
Exactly. And I feel like the reason we've had so much trouble, the reason this has been so hard to get into is because this is still a show about a book, as much as a lot of viewers are looking at it as a show about a movie prequel. But this is a book. And we have Duncan, it's Desmond Hart. We ain't gonna call him that no more. Desmond Hart, he is in the books. So
Duder, Wyoming.
Duder, Idaho. Yeah, he ain't gonna be Idaho no more. He's Duder, Wyoming, or Duder, Nebraska, or some shit.
Dwight Potato.
Exactly. So the white potato should be on a t-shirt.
The white potato.
Oh my God. You know what it would be? It'd be this guy, but with Rainn Wilson's Dwight face.
I think, it'd be great. But yeah, I feel like there's so much book lore that is missing. We don't have enough information as people who haven't read the book. Now, as someone who has been doing research behind the scenes as we watch to get prepared for this show to talk to y'all, I have information that I wouldn't even share with y'all because I don't want to spoil anything. And it's been very hard not to continue to go forward, and spoil things for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dune is a terrible book. I know people say that it's good. I know people say it's good, but it's really hard. I mean, I know Jeff's got it somewhere around there. And exactly, boom, right there. And it's just hard to get through.
I love my dad, but that's the third version of it he's bought me. I have read none of them. And I don't mean like in the series. He's bought me the first book 3 times.
Well, we will one day. Soon we're gonna have a bunch of a shelf right here. We're gonna change this whole thing up, and it's gonna be a bunch of screeners that we haven't watched.
So, Bill, let me ask you. My issue with the book is a lot like an issue I have with a decent amount of Stephen King's writing. I don't need you going on for 4 paragraphs describing a box. Too much description halts a fucking story. It doesn't build it in your mind. It honestly, it steals that from the reader. The reader, part of the whole reading experience is creating this beautiful world in your mind with this guide, which is the words.
Yes.
You're taking that away from the audience.
And I just want to let people know kind of what you just described, a comp for people to go find literally to the T what you just described is Mark Twain. Go read some Mark Twain and you will get exactly what we are describing. You get quick descriptions of things in a sensible way or a realistic way that keeps moving the story along, but also develops the character for you in your mind. That is the way that we are. That is what's missing in this series so far. But this episode gave us more Game of Thronesy stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'd be interested to know, and I guess we aren't good enough as human beings to have, you know what it
I'm
is?
not.
What it is, we're not, I'm not gonna say we're not good enough human beings to have found out this information beforehand, but what it is. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on a second. What it is we do this part-time because we do it full-time, but we have to have second jobs because we can't make enough money to really just sit here and do all the research for you. That's why it's important that you like and subscribe right now and maybe even join. You don't have to join. It's 99 cents, but you don't have to.
You don't have
but
to.
Well, actually, it's more on Nerds at Night, but on the Drunk Banthas, it's only 99 cents, and we just really try to help you have a good time in the morning or at night. So make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, and our information will get better.
You don't have to join, but then the barbecue is going to be lame. It's going to be nothing but just styrofoam cups and leftover ice cubes.
That's right. And you definitely want the s'mores that Jeff is going to make.
I make my own fucking marshmallows, bitch.
Exactly.
He's making them rosewater marshmallows.
I guess I might have to. It's 2 rosewater versus Fifth Bantha's vote of just not rosewater.
Yeah, that was the only thing he says. Like,
it is
such
a fucking travesty that we do not live less than 12 miles away from each other.
Yeah,
you guys would get so much pasta.
We would get.
Me with the
I had a steak and gnocchi tonight. I made the fucking gnocchi from scratch, bitch.
God damn, that sounds delicious.
I want that, and also I want the content.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah,
it's so weird. My brain works stupid.
But Kieran and Horace, Gardner and Ixion flying thermal bomb to kill Javico, telling Michaela that they're going to be doing it during the Lands Rat.
Anybody else feel like this nigga just said nothing?
Right. I was about to say these are a bunch of words that only exist in this universe.
I get it. You're trying to build a universe and it's a different world and everything, but just Steven and Terry and Theodore, just give us at least normal names.
You forgetting Alvin and Simon.
Well, this is one of the things I feel like this.
Oh, go ahead.
Well,
sorry.
Just real quick, I just want to say, like, this is one of the things I feel like this show and the movies do so well, especially comparing it to, let's say, A New Hope's. The first time, if you go back and watch A New Hope, they're saying a whole bunch of shit that doesn't exist anywhere except for in this universe, and they don't take a whole lot of time explaining what all these things are, but the dialogue is at least natural in the way where it feels like it's a very lived in universe. And I feel like the same goes with this show. Now it's I feel like it's a little bit more dense than Star Wars is, because there is a little bit more of a serious story, but I appreciate all of the fake shit, lack of a better word, in this universe.
First of all, look, I
love
love Jeff, and I know you feel the same way. I love how he just explained all of that so eloquently, but then he said, some shit.
That's how I stick the landing. It's like,
nailed it.
Tell the lady I'm disinclined to acquiesce to her request. Means no.
No.
Oh man,
we're having a good time.
We are having a good time. Happy holidays, everybody! I forgot my hat. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
How quick did this shit sneak up on us, by the way?
Dude, you know what? This is what I'm saying. We don't have. I know this sounds behind the curtain shit, but we haven't had a meeting in a long ass time. And this is what happens. I know it seems pointless, because we get on there and people don't have anything to really talk about, and it's just like
And I talk about everything that's not about work.
Same. And me and Jeff basically make it an hour and a half extra than it should.
And earlier I saw a balloon and it was red, and I like red balloons, but greens are my favorite.
Okay, so let's sorry. Red.
Don't you interrupt my meeting that we're having right now.
I'm joking. I was joking.
I was joking.
Let's get back to Arrakis, or we're not actually on Arrakis, but let's talk about Tula. Let's talk about Tula because we get back to the Bene Gesserit. Sorry, the Benny and the Jets.
I want to, you know what? Because speaking of Tula, I know you're going to the Bene Gesserit, but we also found about. I'm going to connect the Atreides dude, and we're gonna go forward with what you were saying, because the people on the internet are saying that I didn't see it, but they're saying somehow we were introduced that the boy that Tula let go away when she killed all the Atreides, that he is the Atreides boy who is the princess's boy toy. And I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. I don't know where it was, but I'm just telling you what's on the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm very
that would make sense why he's the revolutionary then too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That would make sense.
And it also makes sense because the Harkonnen and Atreides war continues for 10,000 years after where we are right now. So I have another theory that I want to talk about later. Because I want to let what I just said breathe. But I have another theory as well. But yeah, how do you feel about what I just said? I mean, you just I think that's valid. It's not my theory. That's the internet. I'm letting it out there. Well, since you ain't got nothing to say immediately, I want to ask Jeff then, what was the rating for this episode? Since
this was rated, my phone's dead.
Oh yeah, that's right. His phone is dead. I'll look it up right now.
But while you're looking that up, so we're back with Tulips at the Benny and the Jets. Is this the part where she's hypnotizing them and like walking them like through their dreams?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that part was also fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
that was really
very
fucking
cool. Tula has spice embidding acolytes draw images from their dreams. Shahalud.
I like that nun is basically like, here's some DMT.
Yeah, it's like, take these drugs and just draw whatever you see.
Take the death dream drug and tell me about your dream.
And it's a pretty crazy situation, like we mentioned before. It seems like this is a tether between whatever is going on with Mr. Wyoming. Is that what
First of all, it was
Dwight Potato.
It was Mr. Iowa, I think, or something like that.
It was Wyoming.
It was Wyoming
because that's right next to the Idaho.
It is. Well, now it's Mr. Oregon.
Mr. Oregon. All right. We're moving along.
Yeah, Donner, Oregon.
Look, he's playing Oregon Trail, and we got to go. Look, episode 4, Twice Born. The rating is it's an 8.1, the highest rated.
I was gonna say that's the highest episode. Yeah,
highest rated so far. You know,
which I agree with. I don't know if I'd say it should be an 8.1, but it's definitely the highest rated episode in my opinion.
Yeah, the first one 7.5, 2 7.8, 7.4 for 3, and now this one 8.
So where would you rate this? Where would you rate this one, Jeff?
See, I think I would rate this one around a 7.8.
Oh,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about
maybe if I'm really pissed off that day, maybe down to a 7.4. But it's definitely above. It's 7.4 to 7.8 in my opinion.
I would agree basically because, like, for me, based on what the book, like the tiny bit of stuff that I've been able to research about the book and watching people out there talk about it who know about the Peter Peppers, heavy spoilers. Those guys got very in-depth detail without spoiling. Funny enough.
So he's a liar.
Paul is not actually
advertising.
He's really not spoiling anything because he knows a bunch because he's read all the books, and God bless him. So I feel like if they're going like along with what the book is going to do, then I am totally on board with this getting a 8.0. But if they are going to continue to do what they did for the first 3 episodes, which is basically leave out a bunch of stuff that we like, just base it off of the book to where we who haven't read the book don't know what's going on, then I'd have to give this one somewhere between like a 7.3. So it's this really weird gap where, like I said, I had to do research to know the point that gives me to give it an 8. But
which I think we've discussed in previous episodes, like that's a sign of a flaw in a TV show. A TV show, even one, I actually, especially one based off some other source material, needs to be able to stand on its own and still bring in those who are already fans. If you can't do both, then you fail.
100%. Yeah, which is like it's still as you explain all that, it's like that. Wow, that sounds 100%. Really fucking hard. Like,
I couldn't do it.
It's a tight rope to walk.
Or could I?
I could do
What's
that.
up, Hollywood?
Oh, my beer,
Jeff. We could do that. No, I mean me and you, not him. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I got a question for you guys. So, girl standing at the well, she was having the nightmare about the lady with the Hellraiser sewed down eyes. Was she the only one having that nightmare? Because it looked like all the others were drawing like sandworm pits and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they all ended with the same drawing.
You asked that. Oh my God. I'm so glad that you asked that, because that was what I forgot. And I said that I was going to come back to, but I didn't tell you all I forgot. I just smoothly stopped talking. And see, that is exactly what I was going to talk about. So, yeah, they all appear to be having this dream at the same time, the same dream, because like you said, they illustrated it.
Dylan.
And they all were drawing the same stuff. At one point, they were drawing all different things, but then they all started drawing the same thing. And so, with that being said, I feel like that's what happened. The redhead girl. We just remembered we just were talking about the redhead girl earlier. Shout out to the gingers. Shout out to the gingers.
Benet Weasley, gotcha.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, she wakes up. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about this young lady is that her character so far has been established that, one, they can't detect when she's lying.
Yeah.
She's a liar in the best ways because she's a Benny and the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
But she's been hanging out with Benny and the Jets, but she can smooth talk like Michael Jackson. It's weird.
She's like the Benny of the Jets.
Exactly.
Ooh.
So she can lace it in some truth, but still tell a lie, sprinkle it in there, right? Which makes it harder for them to discern what's going on with her. Now, the only reason I bring that up, see, now I'm tying it in. See, it's almost like Black Dynamite right here. You know what I'm saying? So you take that right there, right?
Right.
Now she wakes up. She wakes up before everybody starts drawing the shit. So, like what y'all were saying earlier, she was a little ahead of them. I think maybe Jeff said that.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. In the guided meditation, she came out of it before the others did?
She didn't participate in the guided meditation.
Interesting.
But
I didn't even recognize that part.
She didn't have the dream.
She didn't have the complete dream. She did have enough to see old girl with the worm, and she was able to stop that from happening.
Yeah,
but I think that this girl has power beyond what this
capital
been claimed so far, because she is a Harkonnen.
Oh, you think she's a Harkonnen?
Ooh,
Harkonnen, because Jeff pointed out, and Jeff is the reason that I came up with this theory. Hold on, should I have been?
What's up, Hollywood? You want to hire some writers?
Oh shit!
Jeff is the reason I came up with this because he pointed out old girl is redhead. And one thing we know about the Harkonnens is they are redhead in the books. Remember we watched Dune 1, the first movie in the 80s, is very much so closer to the accuracy of the book. And the Harkonnens are all redheaded.
Right.
And remember
that's how you can tell they're cursed.
Exactly. I know that's literally a part of it. It's literally a part of it. They are the redheaded stepchild. And I'm so glad that Jeff pointed that out because that was the one thing that I've been wanting to say for a couple of weeks now. But because she's snarky, she has this sense of ambition about her, but like this sense of I already know where I am. I'm sure of myself, which is very similar to Vulva, Mother Superior.
Yeah,
she's a lot like Velma, but likable.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. which means she could be the next Mother Superior.
She could be the one to really, she'll be the one to really unlock the voice. That all makes a lot of sense. Again, I just keep coming back to Vaseline. They went too down the middle with her. Like, yes, you don't like her, but you don't hate her like you hated Cersei.
Right.
I feel like they should have made her way, way more hateable, which I don't think would be hard.
Yeah, and I feel like that's
no, please go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like that's what they're tapping in a little bit more into in this episode. I just feel like unfortunately it took a little bit too long to get there, but I do like
she killed a spider, and we all love spiders. So.
And speaking of the Harkonnen family and her ties with that, we do get a pickup from the end of last episode.
You bastard!
She's fucking
Ned, you bastard!
Man, he just cannot catch an HBO break, huh?
He cannot.
It's like, hey,
dude,
there's a check to be
let's
made.
just talk about how he was on Star Trek.
What?
Oh yeah, he was on Star Trek.
He was on Star Trek when he was a young man. Enterprise.
He was
on Enterprise.
Yes,
I was really hoping you were going to say Next Generation, and there was like a fight scene with him and Will Wheaton.
No, that's what I mean. Next Generation. That's to me. That's Enterprise.
Luke Picard.
Yes.
TGN,
okay, yeah, that's yes. TGN. Yeah,
he was an ensign that never died.
Yeah, he was just like in an episode, and then
but then all of a sudden start having his name in the credits. 1990 started just having his name in the credits, and then he was in was it Deep Space Nine or not Deep Space Nine, but one of the other ones. He was in one of the other spinoffs as well. Shout out to Paramount Pictures.
I didn't watch enough Star Trek back in the day. I saw some of the movies.
Yeah, my mom was.
First Contact was really fun. Was that the one where they went back in time?
Yes,
that one was great.
We actually check out. Yeah. Does it hold up?
I have watched it multiple times, and I still have no idea how Geordi had regular eyes again.
Same.
Or didn't need his visor or whatever.
It's because LeVar Burton was like, I do not want to wear that visor anymore.
Well, dude, you know that thing caused him migraines because it pinched so fucking hard.
Which is like why, and now they have sunglasses that look deep, and they don't do any of that shit.
Like, if a 9-year-old girl in the show that we just talked about who's wearing it for 12 hours. But
anyway,
yeah, back to Dune.
We were talking about Dune solid though during that rant. That was mostly Dune.
Yeah, that was
it's constructive, mostly constructive shit.
So the end of the meditation scene, another dope scene because we got the fucking the nun painting coming at them all again. Fucking creepy, not full blown horror movie scary, but it creeped you out and it was great.
Yeah, it was super evocative, and you could really see how Tula is just sort of making so many bad decisions based on her guilt, but it's just making her more guilty because she just keeps fucking up.
Yeah,
she's literally haunted by her own guilt.
Well, let's talk about that guilt that she has. I mean, she is bound and and connected to this little girl. What's her name?
Lilia.
So
Lilac.
what we realize is in last episode, we realized that she gave her Griffith's little tooth. I guess it's a whale tooth that that had all these inscriptions in it. And Lila, she drops it when she gets
like a bee.
And we realize, like,
disrespectful.
Oh shit! This is how. Think about how much she loves this kid. If she was to give her Griffin's, or is it Griffith? I don't know. Whatever. If she was to give her brothers, like, tooth signet, I don't know what you would call it. You know what I mean? It had markings on it, so I would say like a signet. Right. You know,
that was just their alphabet for bon voyage, good luck. Let's keep in touch. It was his yearbook.
Like, this means fire and water in Japanese.
That's how it is. Yeah, you get the little tattoo on your side of your leg. But yeah.
Which is also interesting because Tulip also had that crazy dream with the premonition of like her.
That's what I was going. I believe was created by the spice.
Oh yeah,
because Lilia exploded clearly when you see the damage that's been done. She clearly exploded out of the container,
Wolverined out,
and all of the she's Weapon X'd her way out of there, and all of the dust went everywhere, and Tula was sitting right next to it, so she just inhaled all that dust. And we see that Tula is riding still, because she went up and cut in the dream. Now it's just a dream, but she cut that bitch dope.
Oh,
she said it's what I just said is riding in this bitch. So yeah, like that we've seen a turn in what the Benny and the Jets are willing to do.
Yeah. And they're not just one of my favorite characters on the show.
Sorry, Tulip or Lilac?
Yes,
Tulip.
But then later, like to go back to her sister, Volva. We see
that got stuck.
She's so glad. She's manipulating Harrow Harkonnen, and
is that her twatty little nephew?
Yes.
Got it.
And Baratheon Harkonnen into like
Baratheon.
Basically, exactly. Basically offering them a truthsayer in the Mother Superior herself in exchange, and like having her them sit on the High Council in exchange for him basically calling out the Emperor for being responsible for the murder of Richeezy.
Say it again.
Richeezy.
There you go.
Sorry, it's Italian.
Say it like they say it on. Say it like they say it on.
It's the low rent spinoff of Chuck E. Cheese.
Come on down to Richeezy's. It's pretty.
The name of that show.
It's pretty okay. Which, by the way, like, okay. So here's another question for you. Is he stupid, or did she not prep him to know that they were going to ask him to make the accusation?
He's stupid. But his stupidity saved them, right? Like, so she presses him to go against the Emperor and accuse him of murder, or at least not even accuse him of murder, but have an investigation pursued.
Call him to court,
right? Call him to court. Let's just find out what happened, man. Like, hey, man. Right? But as he was about to, drop his load, the daughter, Princess, comes in and lays it on her. Now, remember, the Princess was in the first dream that we saw where old girl got burnt up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She was in there, and they were saying she was the one who was going to create the destruction, right? So I just wanted to point that out.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
They were making her seem like she was going to be the Luke Skywalker of this show,
and then all of a sudden exactly, and that's the problem I'm having with the show. Like, I I know I'm describing all the things that I like about it, and I'm really hype on it. Really, I like the show, but it's not written for people who are not capable of thinking the way I'm thinking, like, or you know what I'm saying, like, or I'm going out of the box and I'm doing little bits of research. Who's watching it in that way?
It helps if you're on Spice while watching the show about it.
Why did you tell my secrets? Now everybody knows that I got spice.
I mean, well, I feel like if you're gonna do these kind of high concept stuff, it's gonna be with the what you call it, a show like this or like a book like this, because like the movies are very high concept. Like you have to really
be smart.
But they give us the time to expound in the movies, which is just, again, I know we say it every fucking time. They fucked up with the length of this show. 6 episodes is clearly not enough for a show they're trying to pack this much into.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Do not apologize for that. Because
I did not.
No, I think you just said it like, I'm sorry, but we say it all the time.
Oh, I'm not sorry I'm saying it about this one. No. I'm sorry I'm basically repeating myself from so many things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do not apologize, because we have to repeat these things, because this is Hollywood is having a problem right now. Hollywood does have an issue. We do need to point out the things that are wrong, you know, and we need to get back to 12 to 20 episodes for a show, because
how many episodes was the first season of Game of Thrones?
I think it was 12.
That's
I think
very fair for a show that's trying to start telling a huge fucking story.
Yeah, and like it is, I don't know, like I'm you never really know how people are going to respond to different narratives for different shows. I feel like every show is different as far as like how long it should be mapped out. Like some shows, episodes, some shows,
like literally you just shot me in my pinky hand or my thigh meat. One of them.
Some shows I feel like, you know, like 8 episodes is just enough, 6 episodes is just enough, and like 20 episodes is just enough, like depending on the story you want to tell. I remember listening to a podcast by Kevin Smith where he was talking about how like the first season of Masters of the Universe, I think they made it 12 episodes, and it did okay with the views, and then like algorithm, whatever, everybody told him that they should shorten it to like 8 episodes, and he's like, okay, that feels superfluous. They changed it, and the views were a lot better like the next time around. So maybe it's just like the storytelling for the story you're trying to tell. That seems very redundant, but you know, like I feel like
what we do here.
Maybe they should invest more in editors and plan. But you get fans revolting if you change the amount during a season.
Well, that's the thing. Game of Thrones, since we were using them as an example, they had 10 episodes until season 7, in which people did complain. And I think they actually had the longest lull between seasons.
They did.
At that time.
Yeah.
Between 6 and 7. And then 7 came out and it was only 7 episodes. And if I'm not mistaken, this has to do with George R.R. Martin's book
never finishing,
right? So then you have, like I said, season 7 was 7 episodes.
Do you think he's just like really afraid if he finishes the last book, people will stop talking about him? And he's just like, yeah, I'll get to that one. No, don't.
You know what I really think? You know what? I'm a real reader of the books, and I wasn't gonna say this shit, but I really do believe this shit. I really believe that George R.R. Martin hasn't had a book for the last 2 books. I feel like everything that he ever wrote was to the point that we got it, and he never actually finished what he has.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
That was good. That was good time. Go read the Codex Alera by Jim Butcher. 7 books. It's already done.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, shit.
It's Game of Thrones meets Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm here for that. Let's get first of all. Also, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for the drunk Banthas sponsorship or production of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh dear,
We need
so much money.
No, we just need 60 million.
I do want to talk about basically like the ending of
Before we get Jeff out of here.
Yeah, before we get Jeff out of here.
Which again, the ending is fucking awesome. So yeah, let's talk about it.
Pretty fucking
Ending
rad.
is fucking rad, dude.
Valia traces wounded Desmond's blood. Tula dreams she killed. Listen.
I'm sorry.
No. Like these notes are kind of fucked up anyway. Basically, at the end of this episode, we see Valia willingly let her uncle die. It's kind of like that scene at the end of Batman Begins where he's like, Ra's al Ghul, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm not gonna save you.
Which, by the way, hey Bats, that's killing him. Anyway.
Yeah, that's total murder.
Yeah, no, this is more killing him because it's literally I'm holding the thing that literally can save your life. Like I'm not.
Also, by the way, they got floating wheelchairs. They don't got that little just tube that goes over your ears and is just on the entire time.
Seriously.
Right.
Why is it not even attached to his
The scene on the cutting room floor where he's like, I don't want that on my nose. I like my hands. It's like, I feel like that's a little too on the nose. Let's not put that in the show.
Like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to die anyway.
3 guys making fun of us for an entire hour straight on a podcast aren't going to notice that.
Not 3 guys.
Oh, you don't know the internet, sir. Maybe. But yeah, like
we
get
also
this.
learned that not Idaho's power isn't like it does hurt him. It's not infinite. There is a cost.
Yeah, we get these gnarly scars or welts on his back.
Had a lot of people comparing that to like religious
Dark blood, agreed.
Yeah, but
Jeff's gone for corner.
That is that Bene Gesserit and the Jets are able to grab his DNA and maybe connect it to the DNA computer that will show them his lineage and maybe the possibility of showing them how he has been able to acquire this.
Which,
yeah.
Could you imagine if they had the voice and that fucking power?
Yeah, fucking rad.
They wouldn't have to be behind the scenes at all anymore. They would just be fucking out in the public like, hey, so we rule everything. No?
No.
Oh, it might be better.
So does anyone else agree with Brisket over here, or are we just going to give me the kingdom?
See, that's why it might be better, because people be running around like, you got people joyfully dancing while they're burning up.
And Volva, she does give the blood to Theo, and speaking of those two characters, we do get this interesting scene at the end. And I like, this is one of those moments where I feel like behind the scenes explains more of what's going on,
or the book
the scene does, and maybe they'll explain this a little bit more later on. But I do want to just like show this clip where they talk about what happens in this scene between between Volva.
Just fucking click the goddamn.
No, I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, okay.
You is an early day experiment by the Taloxan. She's able to kind of change, shapeshift into other people.
It's horrific, actually. It's not a kind of enjoyable experience, which is partly why Theo doesn't want to do it.
For Theo to do it for anyone shows you how much volume means to her.
And see, that fucked me up.
Did we know she could do that before this episode?
No.
Okay, good. I had no fucking clue what was going on.
My point. This is a thing that is apparently in the books, and like we just have what they call a face dancer, which is a very weird way of saying somebody stole your idea.
Yes, that sounds like a very.
You're Chameleon from Spider-Man. Cool.
I had my shit mostly on mute, but I talk loud so you can hear everything.
Oh, we heard you. But so that's the thing.
But yes.
Until you showed that clip, I didn't know that was what's her face. I thought it was just like a ghost or some shit. A part of me thought it was her fucking nephew, and I was like, how'd she get her nephew to fucking do that? I mean, like, they could have even just shown like they could have shown her changing into that, but like still wearing like her dress from earlier. And it's like, oh, that's who that is.
First of all, I'm sorry I have to do this. Shout out to Tracy Moon. I haven't seen Tracy Moon in so long. Me and Alex, we know Tracy Moon. Shout out to Tracy Moon. He says, "What's up, Bill? Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
You know what time it is, Tracy. You know what time it is. That's my homie. Hey,
Tracy, it's been so long. They say Scroll Tide now.
Tracy has been here since before. Remember, he was watching when we were doing it when we weren't live. Mm-hmm. Man, fuck with Tracy, bro. Shout out to Tracy. So sorry. Just giving people their love. Giving people their love.
What were we talking about?
You talking about Dune, Alex?
Yeah, that's right.
The fake facer.
Yeah, the dancing faces.
Yeah,
the dancing face.
Yeah, I didn't even know who. Like when
foul face folly.
When when Volva mentioned Theo, when she said Theo when she was talking to Griffin. That is when everything tied together for me, because for a really long time during that scene, I was so confused. I was like,
"She's the best argument for me to learn their real names I've heard yet."
Dead ass.
With when she started to hallucinate her dead brother, I was like very confused of what was going on. But then when she called him Theo, I was
more confused.
Oh, okay, wait, that's Theo. Yeah, it was a very confusing situation the whole time, but it totally worked as just like a teaser for the next episode, because I'm sure they're gonna have to explain all this later.
Man,
but I'm glad that we had this little clip where the guy says that she's apparently some sort of experiment.
Let me tell you something, Alex.
But again, if you didn't watch that, you don't fucking know. That's not how you make a TV show.
But Jeff, if you're like me and you don't know nobody's name, I see Griffin. Then she says Theo. Motherfucker, I have no idea what's going on. Then she changes.
I was like, okay, we got ghosts now, I guess.
I don't know what's going on. I was like, is this inspired by some type of ghost thing? I don't know. It was so strange. I thought I was
my God.
For a second.
Oh, okay. I need to learn to edit better, because I'm just going to it's going to be the entire episode the exact same. Then the second he walks out, the Ghostbusters theme song.
We've been dealing with a lot of dead people in this, and you know,
yes, but most have stayed dead until now.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. It's getting Ghostbustery. We need Bateman and all of them.
I will say I am interested to see what she does with fake Griffin, because I mean, like, her uncle's dead. So what is she? And like, I would assume her nephew never knew him.
Well, this is the thing about this scene. I personally think, okay. I think that she was just like basically, you know, one, showing the audience that she has this power to shapeshift, and that shapeshifting ability is what Volva wants her to take advantage of. There's something that specifically that skill she wants her to do, not specifically turning into Griffin, but I think that she turned into Griffin in that moment just to like have this sort of emotional catharsis for what she was dealing with at that time.
I've heard that, and
also just like to be able to show her commitment. It's like basically in the words of her brother, being able to say like, I know you didn't push me to do this. This is my decision, and I'm here for you.
I just don't get why so many people follow her.
I don't either.
It's the yeah, I don't know, because in America we just follow pretty people.
Which is why all you listeners are here.
Hello.
I'm sorry. That's so disrespectful for me to say something like that. Just
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.
man, I don't know, man. Like, come on, man.
Why you calling me? I'm right.
I'm sorry.
All good. But yeah, this was a pretty.
So this is the first episode that left me excited for the next episode.
Right.
Yeah, we're about to get our 70 last episode next up.
I'm asking this really quickly because
42.
not gonna be able to ask him when we end. Jeff, are you gonna be here, or are you capable of being? I know we already talked about it, but are you gonna possibly be here for episode 200?
What episode are we on now?
We're on episode 197, episode 200. I'm so glad you asked. Episode 200 will be on the New Year's Eve. So the Monday before New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah,
is on Tuesday. Yeah, we're gonna be getting it in. It'll be the 200th episode. I'm gonna try to do something a little bit different, a little bit more special, and so look out for that. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah,
I'll be here for it. I will not watch any episode for that episode.
Won't be needed. Won't be needed.
It'll be extra. But that'll be pretty much it. That's all of our thoughts on Doom Prophecy. Guys, let us know what you thought of these last few episodes, and what do you think is going to happen in the future. And feel free to watch next week as we continue our conversation on this series.
Who's that right there?
Brogu says in the chat. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Brogu.
That's a good bro name.
That's a great name.
Little Frothy says that's a lot of shows. We watch a lot of shows. That's true. James Morgan said, and we might sing old long sing. Oh, okay.
All right. We gotta let Jeff go. We gotta let Jeff go.
I was about to say that's some stuff that's going on that I must miss out on. But before we get out of here or move on to our last segment, we should let Jeff get out of here. Hefe, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
What you're asking. You can always try and Skype me, Don Cheadle's driveway at littleDicky2.com. It's because of the hackers.
Hackers.
Yeah.
Back boys.
Sorry.
In what was it? Miami, right?
Miami.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
You can try and find Jeff Madel on Facebook. My. You can find Jeff Madel on Facebook, at Madel Jeff on Instagram. But as usual, the easiest place to find me is here Monday nights, getting us really off topic.
That's your superpower. Everybody has a superpower, and that is one of your many.
All right, it's 1:10 a.m. I'm going back.
I know, that's why I had to get. That's why I was like, man, we got to get him out of here.
Well, now you might be able to finish the topic too.
We'll love you, bro. Love you.
See you guys in a week.
Yeah, thanks so much. Always a pleasure having Jeff on. But yeah, let's move on to our last topic of the night. We are going to be going into the post-apocalyptia
right here
and talking about the Apple TV Plus series.
Silo CC state style great. Silo CC
yes, right. We're talking Silo.
It's like a fucking crazy situation for people's ears right now.
State style great.
Yeah,
what the fuck just happened?
Silo CC state style great.
I can't imagine what's going on in your ears right now. But we appreciate you sticking around. We are talking about Apple TV Plus sci-fi series Silo. Man, this is a crazy one. It's another one where we get to go back and forth between Juliet on Silo 17 and back to Silo 18. And her trying to get back to that one. What were your initial thoughts on this episode? Did you
Thought
like
it was amazing. It was a good episode. It's one of those situations where this show, if you go back and look at season 1, they don't do the thing where it's up for episode 1, up for episode 2, a lull in episode 3 and 4, and then you come back up. No, they've done a great job in this show where you are so interested in the questions that need to be answered that you just go with whatever is filling up the bullshit in between, and they only do a very little bit of that, so that makes this episode fire.
It's definitely one of the more strong episodes of this season. Like I've been really intrigued by this show, and Apple TV Plus, we've been saying since pretty much the beginning of this podcast that Apple TV Plus makes really great sci-fi TV shows. That kind of seems to be their niche. It's like the Sci-Fi Channel, but like good. And they made like good stuff.
Shout out to you, Eureka.
Yeah, shout outs to Eureka, Foundation for All Mankind. Like they just always be knocking it out of the park. But
Bing bong.
But yeah, this is just another really, really good episode. Let's just go ahead and just dive into the craziness of this episode. Silo season 2, episode 4, Harmonium. With Solo's help, Julia builds an air pump system to help her through the flooded levels to collect a firefighter suit. This was pretty harrowing moment of the episode, because like we were talking about last week, they don't even know what water is. You know what I mean?
They know what water is, but this bitch don't know how to swim.
Yeah, right.
And so that's what pisses me off, is this bitch is just like the extraordinary bitch who just goes through and just can swim.
Yeah, she was just like straight up swimming.
She's just walking around. Yeah, they gave her a weight like they used to do back in the day. But the swimming, the holding of the breaths, it's just not possible. And then they're pumping air through the thing. What's keeping the water from going up? So eventually you're going to go over there to it, and it's going to be water coming out that bitch.
Oh, yeah, probably. I don't know enough about physics, but
I don't like it. Don't like it.
I mean, I thought it was a very tense scene, and I feel like it's always a really good thriller aspect when Rebecca Ferguson is going through this survival modes throughout this silo, but it's always it's always very, very, like, this moment was very weird where she could just like straight up swim throughout the water.
Just strange that would be just something that could just happen. But also, we're humans, so shout out humans. Right? Like, no matter what you do, we'll be able to swim.
Yeah, we'll be able to figure it out.
I'll doggy paddle.
It's like kind of like yeah, it's like when you throw a baby in apparently if you throw a baby in
Alex
pool, they just start swimming.
He hates babies and women. You know what? I'm gonna start. I gotta get me a card that I pull out like Al from Home Improvement. And I'll just pull it out and I go, that's at Jedi Master Grayson. That's JEDI.
Actually, that'd be really funny.
Just pull it out. That's at Master Grayson. He hates women.
Brogu said in the chat, I really enjoy Silo. Great series. Yeah,
great series.
I've been really enjoying it too. I'm curious what you think of the accents on this show,
Brogu. What do you think about the accents? Do you care about accents? Well, I'll tell you what we think. We hate them, because why, if you have people in a silo, would you care about what accents they really have? Just let the people use their real accents, and we'll have a great show, because we love every actor in the show. Am I wrong?
Yeah. There's not a weak link in the cast,
and we hate We hate when we hate. So.
And the only thing that's frustrating is like when Rebecca Ferguson is like really in her bag acting, her
and
accent,
she breaks and she goes, she's so Scottish.
Yeah, her accent just like comes out a lot. It's hard to hold on to that American accent. It's like, why do you need to have an American accent?
Isn't she in that movie that I saw on Netflix where she's like a detective kind of shit? I'll look it up.
Only thing I've seen her in is Dune, obviously, and Mission Impossible.
I know, yeah. I think she had a little show it was a show on Netflix. I'll look it up. But
okay,
please just.
So in this episode, like we mentioned how she was going with Steve Zahn trying to find the firefighter suit. Then Solo tells Juliet about the outside world from before and struggles with anxiety about leaving the vault. And we see a lot more struggles with that, where he has to just like he's like compulsively has to get back to the vault, and he almost gets himself locked out, which is like a really kind of a scary moment. But
we don't know. I liked how he only had like 4 enters, like where it was going to close him out.
Yeah,
because that's like real life. If you keep putting in your password, it's like no.
Yeah, because it's got to be really good on inside the vault, because he can make chicken stew pretty much whenever he wants. I mean, not really good. He's going insane in there. He probably chicken stew is the only thing that he can make in there. But at least he can survive. He has kind of unlimited resources for whatever reason in that vault, which just like speaks more to the mysterious technology of the people behind the scenes. You know, like we see the vault in Tim Robbins' a silo, and it seems like really advanced technology. Maybe they can just make anything they want, kind of like in the Star Trek world, where you just have unlimited.
They
unlimited
can't make
resources.
anything that they want. They made Puff Daddy.
They made Puff Daddy in the silo.
They made him. No, I'm joking.
But
like everything you described is like what it would take to make a terrible person. And that's why that like everything you described is like, oh yeah, that sounds like Puff Daddy. Or a making of it's all you need. But which I wanted to ask you about what's his name's Trimmers. What's his name? The sheriff? It starts with a B. Anyway,
sheriff.
Yeah, like he has a disability, which the judge explains that it comes from where people are not supposed to be stuck inside all the time and never walk more than 10 feet in a straight line.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You think that was what do you think about that? What were you about to say? Were you about to answer?
No. Sorry, I thought you were about to say more stuff. I actually don't. Did they? Sorry, I don't remember them addressing like his Trimmers in this. Was that this episode? Damn,
it wasn't in this episode, but I'm just saying they addressed it in the last episode. I mean, they addressed it previously. He has it. That to me was expressing like her talking to the judge, Madison. Judge black, the black lady who's the judge, so we'll just call it Judge. So Judge is like, that's fine. We already understand that's fine that you got that shit. She talks to the guy who was charting the stars, right?
Right.
She gives him a bunch of information. Just gives him a bunch of information. She's clearly involved in a way that she don't care or doesn't agree with what is going on.
Yeah.
But so important that they've given her all these leeways. She has dinner with the mayor, Bernard. And while has been poisoned by this terrible shithead motherfucker.
God, he sucks.
She gives him information or tries to give him information about how basically, I don't think she admitted it, but she was a part of the order. What is it, the Order of the Phoenix or something? Where the people know, but they don't know. Like, they forget. Remember, they went to the lady and in the psych ward, and she was giving them all this game, and it sounded like bullshit. But now that we are where we are now in the episode series, I think what I'm talking about was in season 1. Season 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Me and you just saw all of it at one time. So it's like it's all season 2.
One season.
It's all season 2 for me, baby. We finished like 2 weeks before the actual first episode came out. Like it's all season
Silo.
1 for me, baby.
It's all just Silo.
My whole life is Silo. That's what I realized. Is like shit. I don't leave here ever. This is Silo. I go outside to clean and I come back in. But
no.
Which one?
I was gonna press the Silo.
Silo, CC, state style, great.
So speaking of which, how do you feel about Solo?
Silo,
continues to be like one of the better characters. He's probably gonna be the MVP of this season because
what's his name? Something Steve
Zahn.
Steve Zahn. Let's just say that right now. This is, to me, best supporting actor in a television series the entire year of 2024. Good goddamn shame it came at the end because it probably gets lost in the scray. I just wanted to say that we get, or he gets, a vote in these things this year, and whatever he gets nominated for, he's getting that vote because the entire time we've been watching TV, he has been an underrated actor in our opinion. So definitely should be more things. All I have to say is Steve, what is it?
Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn. All I have to say to you is, come on. Come on.
Come on, Zahn.
Come on. Come on the show.
It'd be so great to have him on the show.
Come on the show. Look, we'll have you and DJ Qualls at the same time. Shout out to DJ. So, but yeah, go ahead.
Like, and we have in the underground, the mechanic folk are still rebelling against the judicial,
right?
And they want to have a conference.
There's an impeachment going on.
Yeah, there's an impeachment going on, and for whatever reason, the judge agrees to have a confab with Mechanical. And Tim Robbins, like, he expresses his objection to this several times, but the judge is on this, like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to. The judge kind of irritates me on this show, honestly. Like, she is very unaware of her situation and how fucked up everything is. It's like, you don't know, you're just gonna act like you can do whatever you want to.
Her situation, or is she prepared to live?
What?
Well, sorry. Start over. What was the question?
Well, you posited the question. Is she actually, I already forgot what your question was. But like, she seems sort of laissez-faire about everything, and she knows that Tim Robbins has more power than she does, and that he's a liar, but she's just being very open and honest with him, knowing that he's gonna betray her. Like, what do you think about her decision making?
I don't know if she knew he was gonna betray her. And I don't know if she I think that, remember, we were saying at the beginning, she was in love.
Yeah.
And I think she was a little bit more in love than he was in love. And they let us know early. Remember when we started speculating, they let us know right next episode, hey, guess what? It used to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then guess what? She was his shadow. So that's insubordination, right? Where you have someone who's under you and you're intimately involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was able to manipulate her, and that's why he manipulated us. We didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no, yeah, I didn't see that coming at all.
So basically, as long as you're willing to keep the facade going, that's how long it'll be in between you get caught, right?
Right.
Well, he had poisoned her food, so he didn't care about getting caught. So, because she might not have even known that she was poisoned had he not left these like things open for her to then, punch a hole through it, but only to find out this advent calendar don't have nothing but death.
Ain't no chocolates in this motherfucker.
Chocolates in this oh man.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Super tragic. He ends up killing her, and but not just callously. Like it's all very calculated.
Gives that bitch a fucking viewfinder, or was it an Oculus?
Yeah. Yeah, it basically gives her Oculus / viewfinder. And at the same time, there's craziness going on because the mechanical people who are coming up to have this fake meeting with her and sort of also start a revolution are on their way up, but everything pretty much goes wrong.
Pretty much.
But I do want to show this clip. I do want to show this clip where they're trying to meet the judge, but also the people of the upper
I'm gonna do this
upper levels. Yeah, the upper levels.
The upper echelon of the community.
Yes, absolutely. The upper echelon.
Yeah. I don't even know how to spell that, but
they're trying to
know that it's real.
They're trying to keep the people from.
Who's that new? That's a new person.
That's Brogu.
Oh no, it's Brogu. Sorry, it's far away from my eyes.
Bernard sets up the mechanical engineers to take the fall for the murder of the judge. Yeah.
It's
pretty crazy. And I thought this is a cool scene that sort of sets up the mechanicals sort of power over the upper.
I had no idea that show is basically just music.
That music,
like, god damn, that music was loud. Like, you couldn't hear anything else that happened other than that music, dude.
Oh, sorry if that was way too loud for our listeners.
It wasn't. I don't think it would be too loud for them. I'm just saying, like, it was way louder than anything that we've heard today. Not that you rigged it like you did everything else. I'm just talking about, like, if you had to hear it at this time, no, that's a coaching thing. First of all, if you know you can't throw that many times, why would you do it, right? Like, anyway, I don't know. Anyway.
I feel like the red ball plan is sort of flawed. Nobody has hard hats or anything. I was kind of surprised to see.
Well,
that.
They know that it's gonna hit that fan. Kind of remember how what's his name, Nathan, the
homegirl's
Juliet's boyfriend.
Yeah,
he fell like kind of like right where they dropped.
Yeah, fell on the same dip.
Yeah, so yeah. And what's up with mechanical? See, mechanical got a lot of problems, but like they like to complain about a lot of things, and I'm sure half of them are very much so like important. But come on, man, we ain't fixed the dent where old buddy died yet. Like, we ain't even fixed the dent where nigga died yet.
It's fine. You don't need to fix that.
Like, come on, man.
It's just aesthetics.
Can we get a tomato or something to drop? Why we gotta drop a ball and then exploded like it was like fruit? Like, so
yeah, you could have dropped a tomato or a zucchini.
I don't know.
Like, if you want the red green aesthetic of everything. But yeah, that was like an interesting like way to show that they still have power, even though they don't have political power. But then they end up getting framed.
I have to make sure it's not. No, I have to make sure it's not Penny because she took a big shit earlier.
Well, yeah, she should be fine. She's.
You never know.
Her nose is in her asshole right now. She's
God
so good.
damn it.
She's asleep with a nose in her ass.
She's sleeping right on Rick and Morty.
But yeah, I thought that it was interesting to show that these guys are now on the run. They tried to start this revolution, or they tried to have probably a civil conversation, and they're like, if this turns sideways, then we're starting the revolution.
Start it.
But they don't even get a chance because they get hornswoggled by Tim Robbins and get framed for the murder of Judge, yet to be named. Then they are getting chased down the silo by all these rich people, and I imagine once they get down to mechanical levels, they're gonna get their ass whooped. Because
it's like, what do I have to do? Homie. What do I have to do? If I live in a silo, what would I have to do? I could just sit there and wait on you.
Yeah. It's like there's only one way to go.
There's only one way to go. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. No, I'm joking. I just want.
It's kind of like Wizard of Oz.
Even since the beginning of this episode, I just kept thinking about fucking Richard Pryor's Wizard of Oz, and that was a terrible Wizard of Oz. And that's all I can think about.
Oh,
thank you, fucking Richard Pryor. But also, thank you, Richard Pryor.
I actually just saw Wicked yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. Way too long.
How the movies are so long back then?
Yo, the play Wicked is
an hour and 25 minutes.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh,
so
that's
it's 2 hours. No. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes with an intermission.
Really?
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Long fucking.
The movie is only part one of the play, which means it's only one half of that story. It is 2 hours and 41 minutes. I was like, how did you? But like watching it is like it. I mean, I guess it's still all the same. It's basically the same, but how is it still so long?
Because it's just like we say, people write for movies and some people write for television.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is a different medium. Some people try to make, some people write like they would for a movie, the same way they would for a television show.
And I appreciate that there are a couple moments where like it was like, oh, I like how they took more time on this because like you get the chance to see like close-ups on people's faces, tears falling during moments. It's like you can't get that on a stage. We got to kind of keep it going. But I didn't know those like little 5-second moments would occur to fucking an hour and 40 minutes more of storytelling. But anyway, that's Wicked. That'll be for my future Wicked review. I don't know how we got on Wicked.
I'm looking like this. Hold on. That's not Wicked. Okay.
It's like, no, that's Silo.
Just making sure because it could change. It could have changed.
Yeah, like sorry, we were talking about the ending of this one, right? Silo where
Silo CC stay style great.
Goddamn. What did happen in this episode?
He said, what the fuck happened? Well, one thing that happened is that, like I was saying earlier, Juliet was able to display a very fine skill of being able to swim, and so much to the fact that when Solo was getting ready to leave,
Silo CC stay style great.
He was getting ready to leave, and she popped up on him, right? And then she's like, come on. And he like gives her CPR, helps her out. Like she's good. Then she takes off to the crown.
Yeah.
Like she takes off to where they all came out for her, right? I feel like that was their crossing point, the turning point.
Yeah.
Like we need to just sit here, build, chill.
Yeah. Yeah, like I really appreciate the camaraderie that's built between those two and the weird situation that they're both in, because they're both essentially very lonely characters. One been lonely way longer than the other.
Yeah,
but it's cool seeing they're both their survival instincts on 11, but just in different ways, and how that clashes with each other. And they have some pretty cool moments where, like, yeah, they're bonding in their own fucked up way.
Bonding. Yeah. You don't want to bond too much because you're not together. But it does help you learn each other. You know what I'm saying? It helps you learn about each other. But fuck them. They're not on my team. No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Overall.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see what it looks like when they make it back to the other silo where there's plenty of butt fuckery going on over there.
Do you think that Juliet's gonna make it back to her silo?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, Rebecca's the main character. She's not going nowhere. Brogu said, I saw Wicked yesterday with the family and I actually enjoyed it as well. Yeah, you did.
That's really cool you saw with the family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wish we could have seen it with the family. Oh well, we could have.
I'm gonna talk to my mom about it tomorrow.
We just decided not to. She definitely offered
he was like,
during
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I'm not gonna do that.
But you know, you just want to chill on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's all.
We were
and
drunk,
watch screeners that
24/7 during Thanksgiving.
Hey, you just want to watch screeners that you already
right. Yeah. It's like I have DVDs of movies.
Dude, we go to Thanksgiving and watch screeners with our family. That is so LA. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna talk to mom about Wicked tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much all that we have to say about Silo, because I'm
Silo CC stay style
how the mechanical revolution, they're trying to run away from these yuppies who are chasing them down to the lower levels that they've never been to before, and how that's gonna smash into the moment where Rebecca and Steve Zahn come in like fucking. Ooh, I feel like they're gonna come in like Thor and Rocket Raccoon, and Infinity War. They're just like, bam, 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 bam. I know everything's fucked up right now, but we're gonna come in here and save the day. Like I can't wait till that moment where they come back in from outside of the silo.
What about Captain Planet?
Captain Planet?
Yeah, man.
He is a hero, taking losers down to zero.
He's gonna take pollution
down to zero. Oh man, I fucked up.
He's a fan. I don't know. Some.
Brogu said, "What nights and what time do you guys go on live?" We go live every Monday for this show. No, the Drunk Banthas podcast.
Yeah,
every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and
every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So every Monday you get Drunk Banthas podcast, and every Thursday you get your favorite cousin on the Drunk Banthas. On the Drunk Banthas channel and Nerds at Night, you get the Bantha Bunch. The Bantha Bunch. It's his story of a white nigga, and his name is Bill, and it's the Bantha Bunch. I'm not white, though. If you call me a white nigga, I'll slap the shit out of you. That's in real life.
Said it in the
but that's a real life. This is satirical. That's don't call me shit in real life.
Every Monday for sure, every Thursday for sure.
Sorry if they got violent. I don't know. I'm sorry.
And also just like if you want to, if you feel like it, hit that subscribe button so you can get updates on new videos.
Yes. If you don't like anything that I said, also hit the dislike button. I mean, it doesn't mean the same as it used to. So please hit the dislike button if you feel like you don't fuck with me, because I just acted stupidly. It's mostly because I have to pee.
Yeah, the pee is real. Brogu said, I just subscribed and I will see you guys Mondays and Thursdays. Appreciate you, Brogu. Appreciate you, James. Appreciate you, Tracy. Cherry also. Fifth
Why does
Bantha.
it sound louder sometimes than normal? Like I could not hear you. Sometimes it don't sound like that, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not like.
Sometimes I can hear you. Sometimes I can't. It's weird with this fucking thing.
It's a little weird.
But shout out to all the people.
Shout out to all the people. Bill, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Well, Alex, you can find me somewheres about Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. That's every Thursday at the Drunk Banthas channel, NerdsAtNite, and on Twitter with NerdsAtNite, Nerds_Night. Yeah, it's the Bantha Bunch show, your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, your number one show in late night, and your favorite show in America. That's the best show in late night and morning show across the international waters.
You know, I just looked that up. All that's true.
All that's true.
It's all factual.
So just make sure you come over here and join us right here, right now.
Yes.
Well, not right now, but you know.
Yeah,
in a couple
whenever
hours.
you can. Thanks for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. But don't forget to
How does Stephen A. Smith do this? Like, he's going to be in the morning. Like, he just did something tonight. He's going to do something in the morning. I don't know. It's great.
He's got crazy stamina. Thank you for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. But don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, Letterboxd, likewise, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas.
Click the buttons.
Till next time, stay safe, my
Right
little Biddy and the Jets.
It's
And may the
right
force
there.
be with you.
It really is right there.